Oh man. Oh.
Blazing.
I love that. That's what we're coming in on. Uh, oh man. Hey everyone. It's
The kids got me candy.
oh, what kind of candy is that?
Aw.
It's called Dame. It's like,
Sounds
Oh my
old
God.
fashioned. That
Dude,
sounds
it's
really old.
it's like toffee covered in like orange chocolate.
Ooh.
It is.
Ooh. I want some of that.
Too bad.
Oh, well, we're here. We're live. It's D&D. Richard, it's arc finale time. I hope you're ready to let us all sweep your boss.
Yep. Yep, I'm ready to just kind of suffer in pain.
Nice.
Don't say that, because then he's gonna TPK us. Don't call it before it happens.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, yeah, we're live. Richard, it's all you.
Alrighty, well, we should jump right in because there's a lot to get through. Who would like to recap last episode?
I'm on a boat.
Right?
Now,
Just
don't
the
you
Lonely
ever
Island
forget.
song. No, so yeah, we got onto the boat. I can't remember what we did in STEM Garden though. If anybody wants to recap that before we talk about the boat
It really
stuff.
wasn't much. Oh,
Yeah.
there was Tony had it. Tony couldn't explain his thing.
Audra came face to face with the person who executed the order to execute her sister. And she was like, I'm better than you, and this is why. And she like beat him to within an inch of his life and then let him go. And she was like, because I've learned that like mercy can be stronger. And then he's like, well, screw you then, and walks out the barn door. And then Hunter was like, nope. And Audra did not mind that. But you know, she wanted to make the point that she was trying to be above that. And that's it really, as far as STEM Garden. She got kind of that some bit of closure there. And then we got
Oh no, there was one other thing to twist the knife. Because Anwar's shop is now owned by Flash Iron Man.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
that is true. Anwar went through STEM Garden, and his home has ransacked and been marked as a traitor, and his shop that his family owned has been bought out by his rival. So things are going great for him
Bought
right
out.
now.
Yeah.
but aside from
Hostile
that, aside from that, the Empire Army did keep their word, or at least Cerebro did. They all packed up, and we went onto the boats, and they all left STEM Garden. That being said, he was very coy about telling us who he's leaving behind to look after the place, because absolutely he is, and he didn't tell us who, where. He said he's going to keep control of Happy Dan for a while, so that's kind of, but okay. And then while we're out at sea, he introduced us to his danger zone room, which is like a holodeck on a boat. I don't understand how it works, but we've been practicing fighting another Flayer with him in the party, and getting our strategy together and figuring out what to do. He's also been talking to us really candidly over lunches / dinners, which is really unsettling to me, but he thinks of you guys like puppies. So, you know.
You're in that category, by the way.
Oh no.
That's
I don't think he thinks of me like that, because he doesn't know me as long as everybody else. He was the headmaster at your school. He barely
think
knows Rain.
Yeah, but he also kind of, in general, sees all as beneath him. At least that's the vibe I got.
Oh yeah, he sees all as beneath him, but he particularly sees you guys with a fondness that I think Artem's right. He doesn't necessarily share with Rain.
I think if
Rain he
anything,
hasn't known as long.
I think if anything, the fact that he's never been able to read Rain's mind, in conjunction to like her being, more, standoffish with him, he's sort of just like, well, she's just part of the team, whatever. But he definitely sees the rest of the party as weird pets. And I think that's pretty much it. When we left off, we were getting close to the actual Fort Multra.
Yes. So there are some things that I would like to go over. Just sort of, not really retcon, but just kind of explain some things that we kind of passed over before. first of all, due to all of your training, both you were training kind of yourselves along the way back to STEM Garden, and you're training on the ship on the way there. You guys all reached level 7. You've all gotten your HP boost and everything, but there's a couple little perks that I want to give you guys that you might not have been aware of yet. Number 1, the +1 you get for flanking is now a +2. Which should help
really
with
useful.
Double flanks.
ACs going up. And there's still every once in a while might be things that like you can't flank, but overall flanking is a +2 instead of a +1. Secondly, when you crit, the first die is automatically max damage.
Oh,
So
interesting.
you won't have a situation where it's like, oh, I crit,
guys.
but then you find out like, oh, I rolled 2 1s, and it just kind of
Yeah.
takes all the wind out of your sails. I want
That's
you guys to
cool.
like feel your crits more. So you
That's
guys get those
that's a-
2 little perks.
That's a
That's really
optional
awesome.
rule I've heard before, but I've never thought to like. I've never felt strongly enough to bring it to the table, but I don't
Yeah.
hate it.
I like
Well,
both of
connected
those
with
things.
leveling up, that you guys crit a little bit better.
Yeah,
Just
I'm not gonna
figured
lie.
I'd give you guys that.
I've heard of that too, and I've always been like, well, maybe, but then you get rid of that. I like the idea of it being an unlockable thing rather than just the flat rule for the game.
Yeah.
I like it
That
a
is kind
lot.
of cool.
Yeah, I like,
Yep.
and well, just the idea of just some group perks is neat too. So good stuff, Richard. Thanks.
Yeah, I want to give you a little something extra for like, really training too.
Since it's got
Because
that
I
brutal
imagine that you
critical
guys
too, so-
you guys got a lot of powers at a level 7 that are either like a ribbon kind of thing or something, but they're not exactly like fighting boosts.
Mhm.
So I want
Yeah.
to give you some fighting boost too for everything you were doing.
I wanted to ask one thing because I realized I don't know if anybody ever asked you it, but you had mentioned something about like not necessarily a surprise round, but like other people being at the top of the initiative order.
Mhm.
And I know for a fact we talked about this in the STEM Garden chat. I don't know if anybody told you. I think we wanted Hunter to at least get the surprise round with Cerebro because the whole plan was to hit him with the Bane arrow as soon as
Okay.
possible. So like Hunter will be like paying the most attention to when his time to pull out his
Okay, so that
crossbow
would have
shoot.
been part of your training probably as you were trying to get really good at getting that first thing off. Okay, so there is that. And then there is also, during the time along the ship, a number of you will have had, obviously, long rests and stuff like that. I have given some characters a number of things for kind of achieving, like, family or bloodline or whatever based side quests. And so for Audra, I wanted to give something as well for sort of avenging her sister between the guys who initially were responsible for her killing and the guy who ordered the killing. So during this time along the ship, the Becoming is going to have another vision with her and basically explain that by granting some kind of mercy to these people, it helped kind of prove herself as a warrior in some way, and so he's granting an increased blessing to her. And that blessing is when you are casting an abjuration spell once per day. If you cast it on somebody else, you also receive it. So that could be all the way up to like a death ward. If you cast death ward
Yeah,
on somebody
okay.
else, you get it yourself too.
You said abjuration specifically.
Yes.
All right, I guess.
Sorry, I meant healing or abjuration. Yep.
Okay.
So if you
Sick.
so once per day, either if you heal somebody, you get a bit of healing too, or an abjuration spell. So that should both simultaneously continue to encourage helping others while also giving you a boost and able to keep yourself standing, which I know you've been saying that you'd like more for that. So between the two of those, hopefully it that is
A
what
little
it
for
is.
you, a little for me. A little for you, a little for me.
That's awesome. Thank you. I like that a
Yep.
lot.
Alrighty. So with that in mind, factor that in however you will for today's strategy.
Mhm.
And with that, yeah, is there anything else that anybody else has? I guess we'll just pick up where I guess we're gonna have a morning feast. I need to roll your 2d10. and I will roll that publicly for you guys.
I actually forgot to ask something to the rest of the group, so I'll message the STEM Garden chat real quick.
Oh my god! That
That's pretty
is a
solid.
hell of a roll. 19 added to your max HP for today.
Damn.
That is very good for you guys.
All right, Richard, that's the last time you're allowed to roll good for or against us. All right, that's it.
That's
your
it.
good
That's
one of the day.
On that one's in the boss fight, please.
Yes, please.
Damn. Could not ask for much better than that.
Nope. There's literally only one number higher it could have been, so that is an A+ for sure.
Melody saying all these boosts you're giving them feels a lot like when you find a bunch of health potions in a save point right
It
before
is.
a big
It
one.
does.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
It's absolutely
100%.
correct.
Can we save our game? Like make an extra save real quick?
It'll
When
be an
we're-
all
when we're at the
timeline that
boss
we'll
fight.
explore when we die. I'll just bring us back to this point.
Yep.
When you're in the boss's lair and they give you a hero's feast every day, you're like, wow, just fuck gold, I guess. It's nice to live rich.
Yeah, so feel very happy and very lucky, but also feel very afraid. In any case,
Oh,
I
don't worry.
think there was some other stuff that
We
some
are.
people wanted to do during this kind of final last breakfast. There are a couple things that I think Cerebro would go over that I don't think he's gone over yet. One is let me have that brain. Like when we've finished him off, like you need to let me have that brain unless you want all of his minions coming after us. I need to know what he knows in order to keep them off of us. That would be an important one.
Aim for
I
the
think
head.
of
Got it.
anything else. I think that's the main one. It's just like I need to eat his brain.
Can you do it in a way that doesn't harm the integrity of the head?
No.
Could he like scoop it out with
Yeah.
a teaspoon, or has he got to go like all like? zombie on it?
He's gonna have his way of doing things.
Great. I love he's like, I am very elegant and sophisticated until brains are involved. Then, all right, okay, thanks.
Fava beans and Chianti.
Yeah, exactly. You got it. All right, so yeah, he's gonna be talking about that a little bit. I think there was a ceremony at least. Is there anything else that anybody wants to go over before we get to Fort Multra?
Mine would be like thereabouts, like an hour out from the destination, since ceremony takes an hour.
Okay, do you want to describe that at all? Because I think that's kind of at the point we're at, is like the last
Sure.
stuff before you get off the ship.
So whenever we're like after our meal and we're like huddled in our room, like for the last time before we actually depart, Otter's gonna be like sitting on the bed or on the cot, I guess it was, and kind of like, you know, she's got her channel divinity where she can like turn, you know, metals into other things or whatever, and so she'll be like doing that and kind of like focusing on like this like group of like 25 gold and slowly focusing on it and being like in meditation and prayer or so for takes about an hour, and then at the end of that hour, or like over the course of that hour, that gold's gonna like slowly coalesce into like sort of like a pile of like energy sort of, and so she's gonna like grab that, kind of do like a motion like around her mouth with it, and then walk over to Chimera. I need to give you something for this fight, and you're the person I can trust most with it.
Do I also have to put it near my mouth? Because germs and colds and things.
No, I suppose I can do it from back here.
Okay.
And she's gonna do like the same motion, but like in the other direction toward you. And that is the Investiture Ceremony. And she is imbuing you, Chimera, with one of her own healing word spells. So now you can cast my level 1 healing word should someone else go down and like I can't do it, or should you be like last person standing, you got a use of my healing word.
Thank you.
Not bad.
Dang. What was
Your
this?
uh,
Investiture?
investiture. So it's, the ceremony spell has a bunch of different options. Investiture was part of the UA where ceremony was introduced, but not in Xanathar. I don't know why they didn't include it officially, but I asked Richard and he said I could still use it. So that's what that is. And yeah, so she'll give that to you, Sid, and then just you're usually the last person standing in these situations. So just in case everyone else goes down, if you call out the way I call out to bring someone back up, it should work.
Okay. I mean, if it's as easy as that, sure.
That's all it is.
All right.
No need to invoke the name of... Bless you.
All right.
No need to invoke the name of anyone else's god. You and your wolf can stay tight.
Sorry, he keeps sneezing. I'm trying to figure out where to put that so I don't fucking forget it.
Oh, don't worry, I'll remember that you have it.
Okay.
So it's just the 1d4, and then I assume it would be my mod, so 1d4 plus 3.
Okay.
It doesn't say, but since it's my spell, I'm assuming it would be my mod.
At the literal last minute before we get going, like when we dock and okay, it's time to leave. Rain is going to cast Intellect Fortress at 4th level, so she can cast it on one other person. So she's going to cast it on herself and on Audra. Because we're going to need this for the fight.
Question for Audra. Would you have gone over this ceremony thing with, what do you call it? With Cerebro before, or was this like a surprise thing?
I don't know that she would have brought it up. It's not like anything devious, so I don't think she would have felt the need to bring it up at the meal.
It's just that it might be more than an hour before your thing happens.
Oh,
until we encounter him? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I do definitely want it to... All right, if it would need to be brought up then she would. Because the idea is I want to give it to Chimera so that she has an hour to use it, during the fight.
But it also takes an hour to cast.
Correct.
This probably will be your last chance to try doing that then. So I think you just basically have to hope that the battle happens within an hour.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Okay.
So assuming we don't blow it and get thrown in jail,
I think I'm gonna have to roll a percentile dice because
Okay.
I think it's we kind of cutting it close.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, she can still use that within an hour. Healing can still happen. So, including yourself, you can even just if it needs to be a self-second wind, I guess it can even just be that. But
I didn't realize it was going to be more than an hour until we saw the dude, so I guess Rain will hold off on that.
well, yeah,
Okay.
you don't have a wind up like I do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
could just
for-
do
for-
it.
Yeah, so I guess let me go over to the map. So Fort Multra is a fortress within an island. And even when landing on the island, it still may take you some time to get all the way up to the fortress and everything else. So it's not totally clear to you guys yet
Is there
how long it might take until this encounter actually happens.
Is there any reason I couldn't do it as we're en route to the fortress?
I think, well, yeah, he would go over that you're likely to, you have to be in full garb doing everything once you get to the island. So, you really
Okay.
wouldn't be able to just be casting a spell that takes an hour to do. Ceremony is a ceremony. I
Right.
imagine there's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
I don't think you just, do a ceremony while pretending to be,
Right. That's got to be
a-
the thing you're doing.
yeah.
Okay.
So for this, does he think that we'll be watched the entire time once we're there, or
He thinks it's
'cause
highly...
this is pretty important?
Yeah, he's probably thinking that once you're on the island, you should expect to be playing the part up until the
Sure.
moment.
Sure.
I have a weird. Can you cast it into the ring and then activate it as an action?
The ring's already full. The ring's got greater restoration in it, which we need to save for this fight. If it like, I'm not gonna like be like cheeky and retcon it just because whatever. So like if it doesn't work, it doesn't. It's one spell slot, and I can technically get that back anyway with a channel divinity. So
That's
like
good.
I'm not gonna be like whatever about it, you know. So it's okay if the timing doesn't work out. I won't be butthurt, you know.
Okay.
Rain will just wait until the surprise round then. Just right
Okay.
at the beginning. 'Cause it's an
Yeah, so
action.
looking at Intellect Fortress, it is a component verbal. So if you allow a something under the breath a little bit,
Yeah, because there's no somatics, like you
Right.
don't need to do anything funny and no components.
I like to imagine it's anime style. You're just yelling out "Intellect Fortress."
Cerebro's like,
Thunderbolt.
what?
Yeah, exactly. It's Thunderbolt. Oh man.
One problem is that basically all the potions that you have, I believe,
Oh kitty.
last for an hour. So that
Yeah, I gotta
That-
pop Hill Giant like
Oh right. I've
as
also
it's
got big
happening.
potion. Well, maybe there's a ladies' room break, and Audra and Camille are like, "We'll be right back." Glug glug glug.
that will be hard for people to use.
All right. Well, just because you guys are working it out now, I rolled a percentile dice to just be like the number of minutes it would be, because it could be anywhere from like an hour to an hour, or sorry, it could be anywhere from like really close up to like an hour and 40 minutes walking distance. The fortress itself to get there is 22 minutes away. So then from
Okay.
there, once you're in the fortress, as long as you're not in there for more than half an hour, you guys should be
All right.
within the
Cool.
slot.
So we can drink the potion.
That was a
before
case
we
where rolling
disembark.
low on the percentile dice worked really well for you.
Thanks. So we can
Are we going
we can
to-
quaff our potions before we disembark then.
Yes. Again, like
Or that's
you don't know exactly what's going to
Yeah.
happen between like what's going to happen when you get there
Yeah.
and stuff, like you guys don't know, but assuming that you guys are going to be attacking fairly early on,
Yeah.
then you're probably going to be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Audra,
I will
like-
say, Rain will probably drink the potion as they leave then,
Yeah.
and save
Okay.
intellect for the surprise.
Audra would do the
I-
same because otherwise she's like gonna hit the ceiling in the room,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and pop false life too.
Oh, I will say that
we have temp from
the
Heroes
altar
Feast.
the alter self spell can
I thought that was
alter
raise my-
somebody within the same size, like medium, but you could not take the health potion and be large and then it would still work. So
Right.
so if you're going to go large with a potion, that you couldn't just do that and then the mask, like you would have to take the potion later.
It does increase, Andrew, but I don't know. Is the
False life would stack, yeah, because
does
Hero's
stack?
Feast increases your max.
okay?
Yeah.
I thought it was like that's your new max, but it's still temp. I didn't. Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
Yep, it's even cooler because you can heal back that amount with normal
Dope.
healing.
As we are suiting up and getting ready for this fight, Anwar will don the mental fortress. And kind of before the mask goes on, he will activate it, and there'll be kind of like a purple shimmer that kind of goes around his head and down his body, and then he'll pop on the mask, so it is concealed.
You
He
pop
is
on the mask.
activated. Intellect
You-
Fortress.
Pop on the mask and just the cloaks go right on over, and you are kind of morphed into the exact kind of uniform kind of body size of these things.
And I will also give Hunter the death ward, the usual death ward.
Okay. You cast Death Ward on him, and then suddenly you feel a little blessed yourself. You are also Death
Oh
Ward
right.
for the next 8
Alrighty.
hours.
Coming in handy.
Now watch neither of us take any damage.
Hey, if I take 0 damage
Sure.
this fight, I've done a good job.
It's true. Yeah, you've been a good
Yeah.
rogue.
Sure.
Hey,
So
you never
eventu-
know.
Eventually, as you're kind of making the final preparations, you'll just hear a message in your heads for those who accept, saying, "Are you ready to begin?"
Glug 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 potion.
Already.
Let's do it.
Are you decent?
This only has up to 10 minutes, so we're not going
Yes.
to have that window, right? We have like a half-hour window and a we're about to fuck shit up window.
It's possible once you're inside the fortress that maybe you could sneak something, but you'd probably have to roll for it.
Yeah, Oh, I wouldn't be able to sneak this, no.
Oh, okay.
This
Do
is like...
remember that you rolled 65 on the 10d20.
That means all the bad rolls are out of the way, right?
Right.
Right?
But also maybe refresh
You
your
rolled
shit.
65 on 10d20?
Yeah.
Oh, also, Hunter,
Yes.
your
Oh,
false
jeez.
life, that's because you have the invocation that lets you do that as much as you want?
Yes.
Oh, then that means just take the 4 plus 4. You just have 8. Because you could just keep on doing it every 6 seconds until you roll a 4 on the d4.
That's rad.
Technically,
True.
yes,
Correct.
that is true.
That's correct.
Okay.
So just
I will do that for now.
unless you're like in the heat of combat, just assume you got 4 plus 4.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
taking 20 on false
Yeah,
life,
exactly.
basically.
Yep.
Fair
But I
enough.
like the idea
I
of
will
Hunter being like,
refresh, 'cause
nope,
I
nope,
rolled that
nope.
and I got a 1.
Yeah, you got a 1 on that. Yeah. I see. I think it's more than refreshing. I think you got to put your dice in dice jail. I think you have to change the color of your dice.
Sacrilege.
Yeah.
I've done it before. Yellow
Yeah.
is not working out.
All right. So yeah, after he says, like, "Are you decent?" which is, I guess, his jokey way of saying, "Are you all in your attire?"
Yeah, this fit perfect.
Why are you changing your voice like that?
It's the mask.
I sound... Wait, do I always sound like a cultist? do
Wait,
I
you
normally
guys You guys not talking weird? This is weird.
Wasn't gonna plan on talking.
Fair enough.
With all of that, he'll just kind of knock on your door. And if you all are in full costume and attire, you can open up and he'll be ready for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty, come on with me. You're behind me for the rest of this. And he'll kind of motion you to follow directly behind him. And you'll go up aboard ship and look out. And it is fairly stormy here. There's a lot of rain, lots of wind coming in. All of your cloaks are billowing kind of off to the side. And just kind of pushing your way through and looking towards the island, you see
Oh.
the Fort Multra Island with a fortress with walls basically surrounding the whole thing. Imagine there's a lot of rain here and stuff. And there is an opening. You
Dude,
can see
this
kind of
is
down
sick art.
down below here. There is kind of a carved out place for ships to work their way into. And you will get into kind of an inner harbor of rock that the ships will be able to dock to. And waiting for you there are just kind of perched above are a whole bunch of those sentinel robot things looking down at you. But to break up all of that robot stuff, there does seem to be one person there to greet you. And it is a kind of purplish blue humanoid with kind of a jellyfish head and no clear sense of where its face is, with just kind of these stinger tentacle things kind of dripping down and flowing out. It looks like a very kind of humanoid yet aquatic creature, and it doesn't look natural even for someone who might have Triton blood in them. This doesn't look like anything you've ever seen before. And her body is kind of translucent. You can like see her ribs and see some of her insides as well. And she is waiting for you there and looking up. I guess sort of you can see like what's in the shape of eyes, and a ramp from one of these ships will like come down, which won't really matter for Cerebro because he's just gonna kind of float down to this dock area. And then you guys, I guess, will basically be directed to follow him. And also there will be like two, just kind of like in your training thing, there were two like massive, or I guess they weren't as massive, but two sentinel robot things behind you guys as well, just kind of marching, boom, 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 behind you guys. and you'll make your way over towards the docks and just kind of file in line right behind Cerebro. I'd like everybody to make deception checks at advantage, just to kind of pass off that you've probably had some training over the course of the last few days, but just want to make sure that everybody's kind of going with their steps and doing well. It's a good thing we have advantage. Okay.
You said performance or deception? Oh, deception.
I guess performance would work too. I'd accept either.
Makes no difference to me.
It's better than I thought it would be.
One, two, three, four.
Audra's about to get thrown in jail, y'all.
Okay, -1. Okay. Everybody seems to do pretty well. Audra, you trip. Just like kind of coming down, it's just like, and a number of people look over, but it's just kind of like, okay, that one person is clumsy. And
If I can help cover it up, like, because Rain can do the little, like, her officer training, she'll bark at Audra like an officer would.
yeah. Go ahead and roll yourself a deception or performance check or whatever you want to do. If there's another skill you'd like to use in its place from your training, I'd say go for it.
Can I use athletics as she goes over and like yanks up?
You
the
want to
soldier?
use athletics?
I have proficiency in it.
I mean, sure.
Is that a Simic hybrid thing?
No, I chose it specifically because in her backstory she did really well at boot camp.
Mm.
Yeah, I would also give you advantage for this because you have so much training as to like how this part's done.
Well,
It's still above 10. It's it's a little odd, but it's not enough to trip them up at all. So it's definitely enough to keep you guys on edge, like, oh fuck, are we doing this? But you thinking quick on your feet and helping the situation out, it ends up not being an issue. But at first you're going to see just kind of like a standoff between this strange jellyfish creature and Cerebro. They seem to be having a telepathic communication, because to you guys it just looks like they're staring at each other. Does anybody do anything during this time, or do you just kind of like wait it out and see what the deal is?
Holding at attention.
Yeah, I
Yep,
fell on my face.
waiting
I'm not
it
gonna
out.
try anything.
Doing face. Yeah.
I'd like to work on my Type 5 here. Go into my Poe Dameron. So, do you talk or do I talk? Or do you talk or how's this work? I'm embarrassed.
I didn't realize
That's
your
it.
disguise turned you into the beef again.
Well, in any case, so just kind of holding, eventually Cerebro is going to message all of you saying, well, it looks like we're on our own. No sentinels are coming with us, but we can manage. And
Great.
so sentinels and others are going to be waiting over with the ships, and he's just going to say, come along now. And she's going to turn around and start walking towards the inner part of the island, and he's just going to kind of pop up 6 inches off the ground, start floating over, and you guys got to travel on foot. And that will go on for a ways, maybe a good, we said is 22 minutes away from the thing, so we'll say like, about 10 minutes in, you'll start to see the view kind of come into the clearing. You'll see the, what do you call it?
That
The
is
fortress
What a great
kind of
shot.
pop out through the mountains in between a bit. And it definitely doesn't look like something a Mind Flayer would build. It looks like they just kind of took over something and made it their own.
Richard.
Yeah.
The 20 minutes that we're walking or so, we started at a port in like a sea cave. Is
Yeah.
that correct?
Yep.
Walking through, were we underground in a tunnel system, or did we come above
Yeah.
ground?
You were walking through in a tunnel system and eventually worked your way up towards the surface area.
Got it.
Yep. Any other questions about the travel
I
or
just-
anything like that?
I just wanted to ask as we were walking what we saw, but we're underground, so
Okay.
not a whole lot.
Yeah. Not a whole lot so far. You're mostly underground. However, it is dark enough, and no one seems to be looking at you anymore. You've kind of gone away from any guards, sentinels, anything like that. So if any of you want to try to sneak anything or anything else, also during this time, Cerebro would say, I can leave communication open for the time being. It is taking a deal of concentration to make a cover for each of your minds, but I can communicate with you as we go. If you have any final questions. So far, so good.
Great. Yeah, just let us know when we see the guy. Any chance you want to share that name? Last chance. You can tell us what his name is. Could help us. Not die.
Does the name matter to you?
I mean, just be a nice solidarity thing, you know? Since we're all a team.
Each of us have a name that is beyond your ability to pronounce. But if you need a name for him, you can call him Octavius.
Octavius? A squid named Octavius? What a very normal thing to be named.
The traditional material plane name that we give for some of our kind.
Nothing abnormal here. Carry on.
Could call him like Path Traveler.
So you'll continue going on for about another 10 minutes or so, and eventually you'll get to the gates, which will kind of, it'll definitely have a whole lot more guards, different sentinels, definitely other, what do you call it? Various guards, cultists, priests, kind of outfits and stuff. You will also see a number of kind of specialty guards with very kind of futuristic looking metallic blue and silver kind of mech suit type things that looks like far more modern or futuristic than anything you've seen over in Stem Garden. That seem to be some kind of elite guards as well that seem to be of mostly sea elves of the one that you've seen. But some of them have different qualities too. Like a couple of them have like giant crab claws that are going out from behind their backs and other such things. So you just see basic things like that. And eventually when you first get in, kind of the first entrance area is kind of a grand foyer area, but then you see all sorts of bars and stuff. It looks like this at one point was an Alcatraz style prison or something. And you can basically you'll just continue to walk on through, and this jellyfish woman thing is going to continue just kind of walking along very gently with her bare feet. It's kind of walking through. She's not making a sound. Cerebro's not making a sound. It's eerily quiet as you go through all this like really creepy area. Mostly you're hearing Rain at this point. Not hearing Rain the person, but
I'm
Rain.
on Rain. Keep it quiet.
And you will go through and you will start to see at various points different people trapped inside of these prison cells and stuff as you just go down these long corridors with clearly it's like old prison stuff with new decor put over it, slapped on top with barely even any filters, didn't even put it through Photoshop, they just quickly slapped it on.
Yeah, where's your rasterization? Come on, Richard.
Let's see. So yeah, you walk through there. Is there anything else that you do? Anything else you're trying to spot? Anything like that?
As we're going, if I could just like perception check it to see if I see anything that maybe other Keon might have mentioned in terms of what Prime Keon might be looking like, just something that looks kind of humanoid but with like tentacles out of its back or something.
Yeah, you can go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else doing anything?
We already said that
Pretty good roll.
Audra really wouldn't know Keon at all, right? So it would be pointless for her
No,
to
I
also
don't
try to
think so.
keep an eye out. Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay.
Is anybody else doing anything else during this time?
Trying really hard not to fall again.
You mentioned futuristic looking stuff.
Yeah.
Could Anwar give a tinker check or perception to see or glean what any of that is about or what it does?
Sure.
You could hazard a guess. Which would you
Yep.
like?
I guess investigation if you're trying to do something like that.
Would Arcana work?
Yeah. Two really good rolls. Okay. As you're walking through, not only do you see a number of like the more standard guards that you've seen here, but every once in a while patrolling, you see some of these more futuristic looking, what do you call it? More specialty guards, first class soldiers, if you will. And one of them looks a hell of a lot like Keon.
That
can't
ain't
hear you,
Keon.
Sid.
It's got tentacles.
It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's
Everything's
alright.
fine. So yeah, walking along, not giving you a second kind of look at it. Like probably would look over real quick just to be like, oh, there's people, and then just assessing, seeing that's not really a threat, and then moving on. You will see someone who resembles Keon quite a lot, and the like a whole half of her head is completely shaved off, and you'll definitely see like some incision kind of marks. They almost look like tattoos. Walking along, and this armor looks similar to if Anwar had not given his armor a paint job at all. And it still has a bit more of kind of like twisting, more aberrant kind of style to it, rather than it taking on a more traditional plating on top. So it's kind of like an underlayer with maybe some plating, but the plating is a lot different than the design of what Anwar would have. But he does, with that Arcana check, say like, oh, there is definitely some similarity there to the armor that he's made. Did you have something, Andrew? I heard something.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was clearing my throat.
Oh, okay. Anything else anybody has during your walking along for here? I will say that this person who looks suspiciously like Keon, with that perception, you would also notice that it seems like she has gills.
It's cool.
No, that's cool.
Cool.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Yeah.
Everything's alright.
Everything's all right. But you don't get too much of a chance to look at her because you guys keep on trudging along. And at some point, you see more and more aberrant design on the walls. At some point, you even see things that look kind of like coils. They almost look like robotic kind of tentacle things that are just kind of like draping down the walls and along pillars and stuff. And you're starting to see more purples and things like that. And you're going to hear Cerebro say, like, if you have anything else you want to try to do, now would be the time, but I would not recommend doing anything too risky.
I can't cast the thing I wanted to on Anwar like this.
Yeah, because you guys are still very much playing the part of...
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've got the False Light. We've got Go Phrase. We've got Intellect Fortress up. I think it's about as good as it's gonna get for a bit.
Eventually, you're gonna like see a doorway that looks quite organic and kind of gross, and just off to the right of it is gonna be like one of those little save spots from Final Fantasy VII, just to be like,
Yes!
I smash it. I smash it. I smash it. And then I override.
I'd say that there just happens to be a statue, a glass statue that looks so eerily similar to that thing, but it's just a glass statue.
I save, and then when I see that the file is updated, I hit save one more time just to make sure.
Just to be
See,
safe.
what I do is I make a new save every single time, so I
Mhm.
inevitably run out of files, and then I have to go back. And I'm like, but what if I want to go back to the first 30 minutes of the game?
Alrighty. So he's just kind of going to mention to you, like, all right, I think we're just about there.
Oh. I will subtly activate my daggers of venom.
Okay, I will need a sleight of hand
Go,
for you
go,
doing that.
gadget venom daggers.
I will say that your cloaks are fairly loose enough that, you know, you can kind of sneak under and kind of do some stuff without really anybody noticing with a sleight of hand. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that you could get away with this. And hey, that is a good sleight of hand. You do that so stealthily, so smoothly, that no one, not even your allies, notice.
Nice.
The boy is back. Yep.
I fucking hope so.
Yeah. So you will enter through to a room that is eerily lit blue, and you will see that there is water, like spinning around. Like first of all, you hear kind of a hum. Not as players you would necessarily recognize, not as PCs you would recognize, but as players, it's almost like an engine room or a computer hum kind of thing. You hear this humming going around, and there is water that is kind of going through various aqueduct channels that are going around, and there are even like these kind of seashell-like turbines that are keeping the water moving, and the water just kind of runs along the floor. Some of it not much larger than a foot or two, but other spots where it's like a full 5 to 10 feet wide. And in the front of all this, you pass a number of pillars, and eventually out straight in front of you is I guess the vibe that I'd like to describe for you is similar to like Darth Vader when he's in his like chamber thing. But more so than just like some octagonal pod like he was in when he's like meditating or whatever. This thing is like a huge freaking skull with all sorts of tentacles that are kind of draped out like through the nostril area, like all over through like the sides, all sorts of tentacles that are like seeped out and kind of touching, like going into the water a little bit. And I'd like people to make a perception check real quick.
Okay.
Okay. This kind of fits. Visibility is a little worse for people with their masks on, but Rain, you being out front, getting a little bit of a closer look and without having a mask on, you spot over looking at these kind of pool areas that there's like these either tiny little fish or tadpole things swimming around in them. And eventually you're going to kind of walk in this line, like in between two of these little aqueduct things. And eventually this jellyfish woman is going to kind of move off to the side. And Rain, you will be right next to Cerebro. He'll kind of motion you over to be like, hey, here's the point where like you got the briefcase, blah, blah, blah. What's the order of everybody else? Because there's 4 of you. I take it that the like more frontline people like Kamira and Anwar are gonna be like in front, and then Audra and Hunter behind that, or is there a different order you want?
Is it 2 by 2?
It's 2 by 2, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Works
Rain
for
and
me.
Cerebro would need to be front, wouldn't they?
Rain and Cerebro are front, and then there's a square of the 4, cultist priests in the back. That's you guys. So it depends on how would you guys have arranged yourself.
I
Yeah.
agree with what you said.
It's funny
Okay.
because I was going to make a quip earlier where Anwar goes up to Hunter or Audra and says, Miss Kamira, it's okay. We're going to fix her. We're going to get her right, okay?
We'll
Because he doesn't know which one is which. But
Talking to the
I
wrong
stifled
person, Anwar.
Sorry, Miss Chimera. It's okay. Still me. I'm Rain.
Which two would have gotten behind Cerebro, and which two would have gotten behind Rain? So of the front two people, which one's behind Cerebro?
Oh,
which
like
one's behind
in
Rain?
the columns, you mean?
Yeah.
I would probably want to be behind Cerebro.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to be
And
behind
Hunter
Rain.
and Audra, which one of you would be behind Cerebro? Or which one of you would be behind Anwar? Which one of you would be behind Chimera?
I'd like to be behind Anwar, knowing that I'm going to try to buff him probably in my second round.
Okay. Well,
Sure.
I love that because you guys are exactly how I positioned you in here anyway.
Oh no,
Hey,
according to
You know us
Pikachu.
too well.
Uh-oh.
Knows us too
In
well.
any case, again, you guys don't hear shit because it's all telepathic communication. But you'll get kind of a message from Cerebro being like, "Brace yourselves. This is about to happen."
Out to go down.
Yeah.
Could I see what the room looks like so I know what my immediate action is?
In a second. Just give me a-
Okay, sorry.
Give me a minute. It's just about ready. So she's just gonna kind of step off to the side a little bit to be like, and here is. She will make some kind of motion that you can infer is like, and now I present to you the guy we're calling Octavius. Octavius is a pretty good name for this because as the tentacles begin to part and you start to see a creature walk through, this is more than just a mind flayer that you've seen before. This has 4 robotic tentacle-like arms that start coming out, and in the center, he's just kind of floating along as these arms go out, and the arms are like pulsing through with green electricity as you see something so terrifying that you get like a spidey sense from Cerebro going through your head of, oh shit. So even Cerebro is concerned with this. And
I didn't know, guys. I didn't know.
Whoa,
No,
dude.
no.
Oh
Nope.
my god.
Where did you find this, Richard? That is awesome.
I commissioned this back in October, and I've been
Holy
waiting to
dude.
release
That
it.
is fucking rad.
That is so sick. I really thought you were prepping us for like you had photoshopped someone onto Doc Ock.
That would've
This
been
is
funny.
wicked.
I
Yeah.
am both impressed and furious with you.
So many like crazy ass xenomorph vibes in it too. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
This is so freaking cool,
Badass.
Richard.
I'm
I have one
glad you
question.
like it, and you have to fight it.
I have one question.
In that case,
and-
I fucking hate it. It's the worst
Oh.
art.
And then as he walks out with these 4 limbs, and he's just kind of gliding along. He's like got one of those like, it's almost like he's on a gimbal. Like he doesn't move a freaking muscle, but the 4 arms just do everything they need to do to climb right out towards you guys. And to make matters worse, right in the center of his chest area,
Glowing
an
weak point.
eye begins to open up. And when that
Oh.
when that eye opens up, all of your cloaks just go like,
Oh,
and just
no.
you nothing but masks on, like the magical equivalent of having egg on your face.
Did
As
he
it's just
like?
your normal stuff with masks.
So we all see that on
You
each other.
all see that. I mean, Rain might not, but Rain, you might feel a little like weightless almost. Like any connection you had to the weave is just it's like the rug's pulled out from under you.
Does that mean I also spring up to large size suddenly?
I mean, you're not large. Like I was saying earlier, you couldn't go large and then like you had to stay medium size for it to work.
No, but
you didn't
it.
take your potion of growth.
Right, you'll be larger, like the size of a furbulg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for any of you that are like slightly different size than like, you know, the standard 6 foot kind of thing, like all of you just go like, whoop, and you are fucking exposed, and you are not hearing a single thing from Cerebro. But he's like freaking out, like fucking like do something. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Like to run away.
Oh,
How
well.
about
Oh
that?
wait. Sorry, before you roll initiative, I would like any of our mages in the group to roll either Arcana or Investigation or something.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Oh.
Oh, but okay. There you go. There you go. There you go. Rain's got it. Rain's got it.
I don't got it. Audra has
okay.
never seen magic in her life.
Rain, you can quickly put together that this thing, there's like a light kind of shedding from this eye that seems to you can kind of piece together it's shooting out in a cone. And so I will place that cone for you along with the map.
Oh, that's
Oh,
rad.
shit.
Damn.
Yeah, guys, I went ham for you in the.
Was this commission too?
No, this.
Okay. Damn, that is badass though.
All right, so you can piece together there is a cone.
Hmm.
All right, initiative Hunter 5. Okay.
I mean, I rolled that prematurely because you said before you roll initiative, so.
If I see initiative here, I'm just gonna put it in.
Beans.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. I didn't want to do well in this fight anyway. Oh, do we have advantage
Agonazar,
on?
was that?
Oh,
Okay, that
right.
was Arcana, and then Investigation. Audra, that one was your investigation thing or whatever.
Correct. My initiative's a 7.
Okay, Chimera, you got a 16. So Agonazar and Chimera, you can either decide who goes first, or if you'd like to do like a shared round thing, if you'd want to coordinate something, that's fine too. Otherwise, just between you two, between you two guys, just decide what you want to do.
He used
that.
ambush.
Oh, okay. So he's got
18.
18. Got it. Sorry, it just
yes.
popped into the thing as 16. So okay. Alrighty.
I feel like Anwar must be going deaf from his armor just pinging him every
That's what I was
second.
Like Cerebro's like danger, and then it cuts to Anwar's position, and like the pop-up ads and like alerts on his are just like blinding red light, and he's kind of like, I know.
It's
Oh,
like
and
late
here's-
90s internet in your face.
The ambush thing for you, there is like, if anything, your helmet goes blank. Like any little things, you're like, dee, 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 it's like just gone. You're in a normal helmet right now.
Oh,
Audra was 7, so that's all of you guys.
I do not like this.
I'm glad we got those buffs.
Yes.
Mhm.
So right now all the magic's turned off, correct?
Within your little area. Okay. Even Cerebro is taken off guard by this and rolled fairly average. Sorry, just have to make a couple more rolls. Okay.
Keep with the plan, y'all.
The plan is don't die.
That's a good plan.
Audra, what's your dex?
My mod +1.
Yeah. Okay. And lastly,
Oh boy, y'all.
well, this is fitting.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, we did plenty of pre-buffs in the save room before we came in, so you know.
Yep. This guy rolled freaking fantastic, which is fitting
I
because you guys are probably all so stunned by this.
I would like to load
right,
save
I am.
data, load previous save data, and then activate meta knowledge.
All right, we got.
should just go back to the mainland and grind for the next 7 levels.
Yeah, this is a prison, right? Can we go to the bottom floor and just kill a bunch of rats first?
Be real, the rabbits would probably
So-
eat our asses.
He
They're hybrid
opens up
rats.
the eye,
Yeah.
and then suddenly you all are revealed for who you really are. And with that, he's just like, nope. Eye's going to shut. So, temporarily, What was I gonna say? Temporarily, the eye is shut back off, and suddenly all your everything just comes back. And once it's like it reset Anwar. Your magic comes back out. It's like danger, danger, danger.
No.
just like oh, I got my magic back, and just like danger as he extends a hand out and is going to do a mind blast. I need everyone to do an intelligence saving throw, please.
Yep.
Shit.
Damn, Hunter finally got good at after enough training. In
Thing
the
is, what we didn't see off screen, every single one of those training sessions, I fucking beeped it, and
Look.
I see the hand go up, and I'm like, not this time, and I like,
Sid, did you see that like poke against the
Bounce
edge
around?
and then come
Yeah.
back? It was like that's
I
lame.
did.
All right, well the the two tanks just froze in place.
oh
Actually,
no.
I have a ring for that.
Oh yeah. Well,
No,
okay. Audra
I'm good,
freezes.
actually. I passed.
Well,
Yeah.
everybody but Audra then probably.
Actually,
Yeah.
Audra, you feel a highly compressed packet of ions shooting directly into your hippocampus as you are jolted back to consciousness. I'm going to use Flash of Genius.
I
To
only
me.
have an
Oh.
11, so I don't know
I was just about to say,
if you want to do that.
Anwar, you're
Oh, I
starting
thought it
to
was
feel yourself.
13.
No, it's
Anwar, you're
an Elect
you're
Fortress
starting-
advantage.
Anwar, you're starting to feel yourself get stunned. You sure you don't want to use that on you?
On a 27?
Oh, I thought you had a 15.
No, I rolled twice.
Oh, okay. Why did you roll a second time after a 27?
The flex.
Okay, yeah, 27. You're totally good. Hunter, you're good. Audra, are you told him to save it?
I have an 11, so I'm gonna guess there's no reason to burn it right now. Like I'm not gonna. I don't think a 15 is gonna like cut it for this, and that's if I were to max it, you know. Or no, it's
Oh,
a guaranteed
the-
plus 4. It's not a
It's a
roll.
guarantee plus
Right.
4. But if, to not metagame it, Richard, you were about to say that 15 wasn't going to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So-
was already saying like don't use it. you know?
15 wouldn't pass. But I did say that Cerebro was able to mimic that ability,
Oh.
and he's smarter than well, I guess it's not about smarts. Is it about proficiency or is it about
It's in your intelligence mod. So
intelligence mod? In that case, yes, he is smarter than Anwar.
Don't believe it.
He has just enough that he can get you to the number you're looking for.
I was going to say,
Ooh.
had Richard
Yeah.
not said anything, I was going to use it regardless. So
Okay.
that works for
Okay.
me.
I was gonna tell
Uh,
you not to use it regardless, so we're not meta gaming anything in that case.
Okay. Feeling through your intelligence, he is going to snap you straight. Here's the issue. He rolled like shit. Like, even with advantage, which I think he gets because of magical resistance or whatever, which is close enough. He rolled like shit. He has been concentrating so much on so many things, which normally is like not a problem for him, but given the anti-magic field totally threw him off his game. Looks like, okay, so Chimera, you also failed this, but you have a ring?
Yep.
What does your ring do?
I have the 2 rings. I have the ring of free action, which I think also covers stunned. Like I can't be stunned by that. And then I also have ring of psychic resistance. So I have resistance to psychic damage while wearing it.
Okay, well that is very good because you failed, but you will not be stunned, and you will take half of this, so basically you succeeded. So it looks like all 5 of you succeeded, but Cerebro using his last bit of energy to keep all of you guys together and then to jolt Audra into keeping her mental ability in check got knocked too far off his game, and he is now stunned.
Shit.
I got the ring. I can get him out at least.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to bring him back.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what happened, and now I need to roll for damage. Did not expect
Nice.
how that was gonna go. That all you guys saved and he didn't, but that is what happened.
Nice.
Nice, nice.
So you
nice,
all
nice.
will take half of this, so I'll give you the total after having it. You will all take 11 psychic damage,
Yeah,
total.
That could be worse.
and you were not stunned. So yeah, that could have gone way worse. And that is.
Can I
That is
use
its
my
first turn.
reaction to? Can I use my reaction to have that damage?
It has to be
It's gotta be
attack.
physical or something. But
Oh,
you
physical?
could use your reaction to Hellish Rebuke or something else. You do have other reactions available. Do you want to do anything?
Gonna
Does
use
anybody
Hunter's
want to
Mark
do
on mine,
anything
right?
with their reactions?
Hunter's
Yeah,
Mark.
My
I'll go,
reaction.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and burn him up.
All right, Chimera. Bonus reaction, or sorry, a reaction. Hunter's Mark. Hunter, you can go ahead and do the flavor of that, but yeah, you're gonna burn him up for some damage. That is a dexterity save on his part.
I guess the flavor is as I wince with a migraine, fire kind of like just emanates around his T-zone here, where you get a lot of like sinus pressure and migraine stuff, and just like sears across his face.
Okay. As you do that, just kind of like gimbal style, he's just kind of moved out of the way. He still caught a little bit of that, but not nearly as much. So he will take some damage from that, though. Any other reactions besides Chimera and Hunter?
Oh wait, do we also Artem? Do we also have resistance to the damage, or just for that spell? Oh, 6. So it's only 5.
Well, wait.
You're muted, Artem.
Oh,
So
is...
for Intellect Fortress, you get advantage on all the saves as well as resistance to psychic damage. So the damage
nice.
has been quartered.
Yeah.
For Rain, Audra, and Anwar.
Oh,
nice.
Right.
So yeah,
For
only 5 psychic damage thanks to that.
Yeah.
Hey, good
Yeah.
good call. Alrighty.
Thank you for saying that, Ryan, because I didn't even realize it.
Let me just give a little thing here to show that he's stunned. All right, so that was the big bad's turn. No other reactions besides you two?
Nope.
Alrighty, next up, Anwar.
So, seeing that happen, and like, I guess once the shield went down again, the anti-magic zone went down.
Like the eye shut. Yep.
So that mental blast came out, and all the alerts were kind of like beeping, like huge psionic energy headed this way, and then Anwar receives a message that he hadn't seen previously, and like a shield of pink, very synthwave color emerges all around his body, and he just like tenses up and he takes that psychic energy from the mental fortress that he'd forged. And then he kind of like looks down, and for the first time, maybe he passed a couple times in the training sessions, but for the first time and when it really matters, Anwar passed this mental blast, and he's ready to fuck shit up.
All right.
So he is going to, seeing no one else there, except for I'm guessing the emissary and this guy, he has got his eyes on the prize. He is going to run straight ahead.
All right.
And he can make it right here. Kind of just like dodging around this jellyfish lady, and then just kind of sliding in and then taking 2 thunder punches at this guy.
All right.
And
I should say that when you go up there, he's kind of like right in the middle. These huge hulking legs are like, there's a good chance that they could block and take some of that damage. Just to prepare you for that. But you can try to get in and try to... Well, actually, I need to ask, what are you trying to attack? Are you trying to attack one of his legs, or are you trying to get through to his legs and try to actually get him?
Seeing this setup here, he definitely sees that this is not what he anticipated. I think he might just go for something he know will work. Yeah, to borrow a phrase, he's gonna start to artifice in his own ways. He's going to pull out his Reach of the Blaze, his ancestral flame hands, and he's just going to fire up this thing from bottom to top. I need a deck save.
Doing burning hands?
Burning hands.
Alrighty.
This is his regular one, not the advanced one.
Alrighty. So, you get right up close and do a burning hands on him, and he's a big enough thing that it covers a big enough area. He, even with his little gimbal thing, he cannot dodge this, and he takes that full 11. And sorry, go ahead.
Any particular reaction to getting his arms and legs and artificial legs burned?
Oh, it's funny you ask, because I was just getting to that. Yes, there is a reaction to that. Cool. The arm that is closest to you is going to like rise up and try to like slam down on you while it's pulsing with electricity. And he is going to roll. He's going to roll, and his like big arm thing is going to come up. And when you look, there is like a kind of crazy suction like mouth thing on the inside of that area. That looks freaking gross and horrifying, and it's gonna come down, but with your shield, it's going to hit you, and sparks are gonna be flying out in all sorts of directions as the electricity just kind of bounces around everywhere. But it does not hit you. And that was its reaction.
All right, first blood. Miss Chimera, help!
Miss Chimera, you are up.
All right, moving forward. So we're sprinting. We're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. As she comes up, bonus action, her echo appears next to Anwar.
Okay, I will say this is one of those creatures that you cannot flank given how much it's got going on.
Yeah, that's. I just want protection ability.
Yep.
For the baby.
Yep, I understand. Yep, just wanted to give you the heads up. All right, yeah, so you do that.
Fair.
You go over and you bring up the echo.
Okay. Do I get pack tactics for it though?
No. You would need to be the one, not the echo, to be there.
Okay, gotcha. I forgot the exact wording on it. Okay. So we're gonna take like 3 attacks against this little bitch.
All right.
That's 1. Oh, that was almost a natural one.
Dice teetered on that one.
That was almost a natural one. 2.
That will also hit.
And echo.
All 3 hits. Question, where are you attacking from Chimera and from the echo?
I think Chimera might focus on like whatever. I think Chimera might focus on like the mechanical leg. Chimera might be going for a body shot.
Okay, so Echo's going for one of like the hind legs, and Chimera's going for a body shot.
And so we got 2d8 plus 2d6 because of Hunter's Mark, plus 6 for her 2 attacks.
I will say that when Chimera goes to get 2 body shots, the leg is able to get up in there and block. So you are dealing damage to the leg, you're just not getting to the body.
Okay. So that is Chimera. And then we got Echo.
Chimera does 22. Very nice. Yeah, you hack and slash it. You get at some of the thinner parts of the leg, and you're doing some real damage to it.
When you said Chimera, it sounded like you were doing like a Dragon Ball Z attack.
I am. That's the echo. And I wonder if I should just go ahead and do second or fucking action surge. Why not? Let's go. Let's go,
Happens if
buddy.
you just like target all on one leg.
That could work too.
Just like maybe I
Find
don't know.
out.
Yeah, let's go. Leggy legs.
It's like one of those bosses where you gotta like bring it down to your level
Plus
first, you know?
1d20 plus 9 because of all the weird shit. So that's 1.
Ooh.
And you
Brutal
get-
critical plus fucking Hunter's Mark. Cool, cool.
Yep.
Heck
That's
yes.
2. That's okay.
That second was not a hit.
Hey,
3.
You know what? Go ahead and make that second one a hit too. Let me
Cool.
give you.
All right,
give
so
you a
that
little
is
channel
3
dynamic.
hits. The first one being a crit.
Okay, so the
Which
first
one's coming from
one-
Chimera? Which one's coming from Echo?
First 2 are Chimera. So it's like 8 plus the 2d8 for the critical and the brutal critical, plus 2d6 plus.
And
8
remember on a
6.
crit, your first one is just auto the most. So
Yeah, so I got 2d8 for my 2, like my double the dice and my brutal, 2d6 for Hunter's Mark, plus 8 for that automatic like full, and plus 6 for the mod.
Very nice.
So that's the first one. That wasn't great.
Still pretty
well,
good.
at least that first one was.
I mean,
a
that's for
23.
one hit. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
23 damage.
6 plus 6. So then that is Chimera number 2, and then we got the Echo. For 10 more.
All right, so the Echo is chopping through, not quite able to get it all the way down yet, just because not attacking as much and didn't get a great hit. But for Chimera, describe what you do to. Oh wait, I just need to make sure. Are you still trying to get body shots? Or are you going for the leg specifically this time?
I'm going for that fucking leg.
All right, you go for that front. I guess from our point of view, the front left leg. Describe how you like brutalize this front
Sweep
leg.
the
'cause
leg.
you,
It is just like one attack after another, like swinging one way, back the other way, like hooking the blade back and like just trying to like just sever the thing apart.
Mhm.
And the Echo's doing the exact same, and they're in unison, just swinging.
Okay. You chop down that leg, and suddenly he's kind of off his rocker a little bit, and he's kind of like swings in, and he's gonna like lunge at you while the other 3 legs are still standing. He's gonna lunge at you with that big electric claw thing. So we're going to see if that hits. What's your AC?
19.
Oh yeah, he's gonna hit. That was a
Whee!
nat. That was a nat 18.
That's fair.
So sorry. Let me just look at this real quick. Alrighty, hold on. So I'm going to need a strength saving throw from you, please, as he gets in, and that claw not only is like slicing you up, but it's potentially trying to grab and hold you tight. 17. All right, I got to roll for him. Okay, you were able to get out of being grappled, but he was really trying to grab onto you, and you had to really yank off. And luckily, you are not grappled. But you are going to get some damage. Hold on. Okay, sorry. Here we go. That will be. All right, I have so many tabs open. That is going to be 17 piercing damage that goes into you, followed with 18 lightning damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that claw hits hard.
Half health.
Yeah, so he goes, you slice the hell out of him, but yeah, after that, he is freaking pissed. He goes in, lunges with that electric thing, and cuts deep into you, and electricity's going through you, but luckily you're able to fend off getting grappled by that claw.
And how much damage was that?
How much damage total? That was like, I think around 40?
Mm-hmm.
No, less than 40.
No, it was 30 because I had 88, and now I'm down to 53.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I thought you said you had 99. Oh,
I got hit by that first hit.
right.
Thing.
Alrighty. So I think that was your move. Heavy damage on this thing. One leg is down.
One leg is down. Everything's fine.
One leg is down, and but you were hit pretty hard with that. Is that the end of your turn? Anything else?
I just want to throw my mask at its face.
You can do that as a bonus action
like
or as a free action. Just like, it won't do anything though.
That's all I got.
Ironically, it's the one thing that hits him right in the face. Just ow. This does no damage. Rain, you're up.
Okay, so first thing, I'm gonna try it. Bonus action extracts name. He needs to make a wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Alright.
Please!
if only so that Richard has to come up with a Cthulhu-esque name.
Okay, well this is interesting. I do believe he will fail this, but when you get the name, it's like... and not really sure if you can replicate it.
I'm sorry, Mike cut out real quick. What was his name again?
Can you
Gobble.
Can you spell that? Can you spell that for me, Richard?
Any honorifics?
That, Rain.
Is that like that thing that people do on Twitter where they make the text look like it's tearing apart the screen? That's how that's spelled.
And is that with an E at the end?
So I'm not sure if it's useful terrain or not, but that's
I do think it's. I will say, just to advocate, I do think it's useful because specifically the thing that like allows me to tack onto spells is called resonant utterance. Like, so she literally learns how to make these sounds.
All right, then you get it. Yep.
We're about to hear Rain just scream something horrifying.
I will say, I long because she's gonna have to verbally do it. I just want to see both of their faces when they're like, "What the fuck?" Okay, perfect. So got that. She's gonna take cover behind here. I'm assuming that this thing is like
this is like a spinning turbine thing that keeps the water moving around.
And on her way there, she casts Tidal Wave from right behind him. So it's just going to crash down on him. Not going to hit Chimera or Anwar. And she's going to use one of her resonant utterances to make him do his save at disadvantage. I need to...
That will even out to just be standard, but it's still, hey, it's not advantage. So that's
necessary for me. So I will need a dex saving throw.
Okay. He does succeed that.
Damn. Okay, well, that's fine. He will take half of 22 as the water comes down on him.
The water comes down on him, definitely deals some damage to him, but because he's still got 3 pieces of his kind of gimbal thing, he's not as affected by it. It kind of helps him stay in place or whatever.
And she did make that noise.
You just hear her go...
Like while you're running to the left, away from the rest of us.
In the middle of like whatever incantation.
Much to the surprise and possibly horror of everyone.
Ottawar's mask, like, everyone's staring at her, and Ottawar's back, like, ching!
Like the fight stops for a second.
Yeah. Alrighty, so Rain does that.
That's her turn.
And... Alrighty. Cerebro is just kind of shake himself out. You know, what the fuck just happened? And he's gonna snap out of his thing, but that's all he can do this turn. Question though is, did this guy want to have a reaction?
No.
No, he's not gonna do a reaction from rain. No, I don't think so. All right, this thing.
Oh right, yeah. I swear, if she's just the healing buff,
Oh god.
it means she's gonna die immediately. But
I don't want to know what she can do.
we're about to find out, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Turns out she's the real thing we should be worrying about in the fight.
Yeah. That's Octavia.
Okay.
Well, you mean that yogurt that makes you poop good?
Otherwise known as Miss.
Not too far off, actually. Sorry, just you all are spread out in an interesting way that actually helps you.
No. Oh.
Oh, that helped. Okay.
Oh god,
According to
yes.
the simulations, boys.
So here comes chain lightning.
So Octavius is going to like use his arms to like push himself up, so he's kind of 5 feet up in the air, and then she's going to spin around to Chimera and Aganazar, and there's gonna be like a psychic screech that like goes out, and like you can see kind of like the jelly of her head just go like, and just like you're gonna hear this. It's gonna be like a combination of like a high siren scream connected with like a dolphin clicking, and it's just gonna go through. I need both of you to make wisdom saving throws, which I believe you can do at advantage because of Hero's Feast.
And Onward could do it at advantage anyway because of the fortress.
That's correct.
Ooh.
Well, that was 1.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
fucking crap.
So spinning around, she's gonna do this thing like shooting out towards you. You were not expecting another like mind-breaking thing. Your heads start to basically, I guess what is called is a mind-breaking screech.
I would like to. I would like to luck. Can I luck?
You can. Yep.
Oh, thank God. Nothing matters.
There is no timeline where you escape this, or at least not one immediately found.
Jeez.
You do not take any damage. However, you are incapacitated, which means that you cannot take actions or reactions until the end of its next turn. So you can only do bonus actions, and your speed is halved. And so currently you're just like...
Healing word.
But both of you guys are...
Does my ring of free action like fuck with this at all, or is that just stunned?
It had other things.
Stunned and incapacitated are two different things
They
Yeah.
are.
in the rulebook.
I have, in addition to magic, can neither reduce your speed nor cause you to be paralyzed or restrained.
Okay.
And then I just have plus stunned in my notes.
Right.
Is this
It doesn't say incapacitated. Like, your half speed definitely would not go into effect.
Okay.
I guess this would affect your movement, so I would say that that you are probably okay from this, given all of its stuff. That your mind begins to feel like it's breaking, but then your like rings activate, and then you are good to go. Anwar, though, you currently are your mind is breaking right in front of you. You were not expecting this kind of attack, especially like from a mental energy right next to you, just be like boom. So that is her turn. So you are Anwar, you are currently incapacitated.
Okay.
Audra, you're up.
Richard, tell me if this is like, I don't know if this would be like a meta thing, but knowing that the spell that's stored in my ring can help with stunning specifically, or someone who is stunned, and seeing what has just happened to Anwar, does it appear as if I could use the charge from my ring to get him out of this?
Oh yeah, greater restoration could definitely.
Okay.
Greater restoration helps with worse things than this.
Okay.
So.
Just wanted to make sure. All right.
Yep.
So then I'm going to.
You definitely see Anwar begin to.
All right, cool. Doing some diagonals there. So I will come up behind Anwar, and I will use the charge of my ring, and free you from this condition.
Oh, buddy. My new favorite party member.
Like I just run up and I'm like readying the ring and I'm like, all right, well here goes nothing, and I just like I'm gonna like turn the ring so like whatever like emblem on it is affixed is like facing front, so I can just like palm into like Anwar's back and just poof, just juice him back, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I like to think that like as the psychic scream like kind of went over, like the suit's notifications, and it was like overload psychic power, and like there's blood coming out of Anwar's nose and ears and everything like that, and then like the light from Audra's spell, like unknown source of magic detected, like what's happening now?
Yeah, from behind. Yeah. All right, so you're freed from that. The ring would be, that's not casting a spell, that would be using an object, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so then Chimera, you're gonna get a healing word toward you.
Nice.
Let's make it. It looks like you got hit pretty hard, so this is gonna be a pretty.
I am at half health.
Yeah, so this will be a. We'll make it a higher level healing word, just for sake of, you know, helping you out there. So 12 HP to you.
Nice.
Thank you.
That's good.
Yeah, you already had the death ward thing, so that it doesn't apply to you too.
Good round.
Yeah, Richard, you said that's basically the abjuration is like, that's like basically the first abjuration I use for the day.
Yep.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the first. You can decide when. It's just you can
Sure.
only do it once.
I mean,
per
death
day.
word is a good one. So
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to be the healing word on you instead when you're at full
Yeah.
health, but
Yeah. Well, I turn the, since it's temp H or different HP, I have the
Mhm.
blue meter as my health presently.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Alrighty.
The blue
Okay,
meter's probably confusing, so I will make it my green one, just for sake of people knowing what's going on.
Okay. Sorry, I was just seeing if there's he's still got one legendary action. He's still holding on it right now, though. I feel like I had something, but I don't remember it now. So, in any case, Hunter.
Okie dokie. Gonna drop the mask, pull up my bow and one of those dum-dum arrows, and I'm gonna shoot.
Nice.
Oh, bonus
Shoots-
action,
Shoots so good.
bonus action aim, and then loose it.
Oh, I remember now what it is. 16. That is
And
not enough to hit it.
I'm
It
going
will...
to add my battle maneuver to
Okay.
precision attack.
strike. Yeah,
Good
perfect
use.
time.
Good
Come
use. Hey,
Yeah,
there we go.
turn it into a 21.
You get it. Where are you aiming for?
I'm aiming for like the high torso neck area to like hit right in that
right
bloodstream.
above where the armor is.
Yeah, like some sternum action.
Okay. I just need to roll something real quick.
My children.
All right, he is able to bring an arm up real quick. The arm will take the damage from that hit. It goes in, and it definitely looks like it messed up his arm a bit. But it did not get his neck.
Okay. There's. Okay. And then I'm gonna attack on my sneak attack to that since I had advantage.
Yep, because he aimed and everything. Yep.
And he's
And then-
completely surrounded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're within 5 feet. So
Well. Oh yeah, you're within 5 feet. Yep.
And then I guess he has to make some sort of save. I don't know if I got the information for the dum-dum arrows.
it's a Bane spell, right?
It's basically Bane. Yeah.
Let's see.
But so Anwar made him. It's a charisma saving throw 15. 15 if Anwar made him.
Yeah. The arms did hit it, or he was able to block. It's similar to the mirror image spell, where because he's got all those things, there's things that it can hit.
Gotcha.
Him.
So it would have gone into his bloodstream.
Yeah, it wouldn't have gone to his bloodstream, unfortunately.
Damn it.
Okay.
Well, we got more
Anwar's
of
gonna
those.
see that,
Action,
and he's gonna be
bonus
like, aerosol. I gotta make it aerosol next time. All right. All right. Good to know.
So what is that 15 total, or is there oh yeah, the d6 was to add to attack. Okay, and hit. Okay. So
actually,
yeah, you did some damage to leg number 2.
Oh no, actually I forgot to roll the extra d6 of precision dice damage.
It's the, it's the
That's
same
good.
thing.
20.
I thought. I think
So
I think it's
precision
just your
dice.
6.
Precision dice, I think, only helps to hit. I don't think it does extra damage.
It doesn't do extra damage.
Yeah, it just makes it more likely to hit.
Oh, yep, you're right. Never mind. My bad.
Still
Oh.
15.
Still good
Mhm.
turn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
still 15.
Still
Which
fucking worked, man.
when it like
Yeah.
stabs in there, you see it the leg kind of jerks a bit. That it seems like you definitely messed it up. It's hurting a bit from that. Alrighty. Anything else, Hunter, for your turn?
I think that's all I can do. Bonus
Okay.
action, no movement. Yeah.
Okay. The thing I will say, just to retcon a little bit, because everything was going on, Audra, right before you went over to heal Agonazar, like, you did the right move anyway. But Cerebro definitely want to point it out, like, if his mind's like that, it can start eating his brain. Like, you better go get him, you know? So the Cerebro
Gotcha.
definitely would have given you, like, when it's incapacitated, that's when they can start doing their tentacle thing.
Well, that's the charge. The charge has been made from that ring, so let's Yep. Defense from here on out.
All right. Okay, so as a reaction, using his last legendary, given that Chimera is less armored and more hurt, he's gonna
Hi,
take
how
another
you
swing
doing?
at her.
Wonderful. Hi, how are you?
Actually, you know what he's going to do?
Would this be top of the round, by the way?
Not quite, because
Damn it. Okay.
it's right after Hunters, so
Yeah.
we're on a legendary
Legendary.
right before it goes to the top.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
He is. Yeah, given that there's more of an opening on Chimera's side, he's gonna do like a motion like he's using telekinesis on you. I'm gonna need a strength saving throw from you, Chimera.
Hill giant.
Oh,
Does
do you
that-
currently have the Hill Giant thing?
Oh yeah, that stuff's activated.
Nice.
Like I did
That
step
is
mods
helpful.
on there. Uh-huh.
Because you were feeling suddenly a tug on you, pushing you, or not even pushing you back. It's almost like you're getting pulled back.
God damn, I'm gonna use my last fucking luck point.
All right.
That happened quick.
Hey,
Okay.
worth it.
In the first timeline, you were taken by surprise by that, and you were like forced back up against the spinning turbine thing and hurt pretty bad. But you're kind of lock in and you hold kind of against. It's almost like you're keeping yourself back from a tractor beam, and you stay put. So that is very good for you. And with this now, Cerebro really like just finally kind of came out of his thing. And this guy up here, his front arm got pretty hurt and hacked off, but he himself still does not look that hurt, and he's not looking scared.
That's fine.
And he's just going to like beam a thought into all of your heads, saying, "Turn on him, and you can live." I need a wisdom saving throw from all of you as he casts mass suggestion on you.
All right. Audra, Anwar, and Rain have advantage. Everybody does.
Could I use
Everybody does because of the
Oh,
Hero's
good.
Feast.
And this is
Could-
what I'm actually good at.
Could I use my special ring of mind shielding to not
16.
listen to him, so he
Feel
can't
like
get
that
into
is-
my mind?
A very good point.
Ooh.
Oh, 'cause he does do it telepathically. not really what the spell is supposed to be for, I think. But technically, I think you have a point. I think, yeah, you could block it out of your head. You start to hear him speak to you in this voice you don't recognize, knowing that it is him and not... Sorry, what was that?
Yeah, creatures can telepathically communicate with you only if you allow it.
All right, so yeah, you shut that off. And if he cannot communicate with you, he cannot cast this on you.
That's great. It's like getting hailed in a spaceship. Hey, beep!
Kabir and Anwar are just like, all right, back to him. Let's go.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Hunter's just like, nah, fuck you. I got the ring on right here. So Hunter, you do not hear this. Sorry, where did the rolls come in? Was it start with Chimera with that 2d20 plus 6?
Yeah.
No, 2d20
I
plus
got
6 is
12.
me.
Oh, right. That was the strength.
I got yeah, Chimera got 12. I got a 16, and especially being right behind Anwar. Oh, wait, that only applies to... Ryan, is that any save? Your Spark of Genius, or just certain kinds?
All saves.
Okay. Being right behind you, Audra will probably be like, Anwar, could you do your thing, because I'm feeling a tug?
I would have liked to have.
I think it's like in the spur of a moment with a reaction. I think is Anwar to decide real quick. It's his flash of genius. What's he gonna do with that genius?
Yeah.
Audra did just come in and save my butt, so I'll use it on her.
All right, appreciate it.
She gets a +4.
Which would take me to 20, which should be.
Yeah, that definitely works. Audra, you are not affected by this. Sorry, where did the rolls begin? Is it?
It starts with the that 21 above me, which would be a 12 for Cammy.
Okay, Chimera, you follow the suggestion. Like, yeah, I should turn on this guy, and I'm gonna live because we've done a lot. We've thrown everything at him in this first round. And he still looks pretty damn confident. He's got a lot of his thing. Like, all we took out was a leg.
More confident
You're
than me.
feeling
Let's
like
go.
this is a good course of action.
I'm
Let's
done.
fucking turn on him.
Don't give a shit.
So, Chimera, you're starting to feel that way. Rain, you're like, no, Rain is having none of this going through her head. Maybe it's because you've kind of had them in your head before. You don't know exactly why, but for some reason, this is not resonating with you. Let's see. Aghanazar, yeah, same with you. It's like that logical part in your brain suddenly like, wait, yeah, we're not going to make it. This is the right way to go. This makes sense. If we turn on him right now, we could still get out of this and just, turncoat and make it out alive.
Smart guy's thinking it. I don't know why anybody else isn't thinking it. Like,
yeah.
It seems like a good
So
idea.
Chimera,
follow the kid.
Audra, you're having none of this either. And then, yeah, Hunter, you did the fuck you, I got a ring thing. So that is what everybody did. And with that, oh, dang. This would have been so much better if he had done this before, because then Hunter couldn't have done... Oh, but he couldn't have done it on Hunter anyway, then. He is, at the end of his turn, going to turn the eye back on. And he's going to keep it right on Cerebro. Actually, you know what? Let's see. Who's affected... Sorry, just give me a moment. He can think faster than I can.
Yeah, no worries.
No, do it on Cerebro, because then I have to go and throw hands on him.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know, like, let's see. So Aghanazar and Chimera are the only ones affected right now, which is nice for him because you guys are the ones surrounding him. Chimera can definitely attack, no magic needed. Aghanazar looks like he can still throw down, at the very least, hit with a shield or something.
But if they step into the cone, does it deactivate the spell on them?
So
Oh,
if you're in
it might,
in
yeah.
a cone, sage advice on concentration is the cone doesn't affect concentration. I would assume then if the caster of the spell isn't in the cone, it's still gonna apply. You know what I mean?
No, all
No,
magic
no,
goes
'cause
out.
Or it just
I
goes
think,
out?
No, there is a
as well,
magical
too.
effect on them right now. I think you're right. I think it would
Okay.
kind of like shake off the minute they go in there. So I don't think he will be activating this at the end of his turn. He's just gonna he's
Dang,
satisfied
Artem, I
with.
was gonna
He just got the two heavy.
Yu-Gi-Oh trap card that on my turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just
My bad.
he just frontlined these two. So I think his smartest course of action is just to stay put with that.
I would've
So that
run
is his
into
turn.
I would have run into the zone, turned around, and started MacGrubering him.
Yeah.
Like, with matches and grease.
My bad.
Aganazar, Anwar, it is your turn, and you suddenly are having second thoughts.
Yeah, So what was the suggestion?
Basically, turn on him and live. Basically, is what it is.
Turn on him and live.
Without the mind control, he makes a pretty valid fucking point.
And try to imagine that a guy smarter than me worded it exactly right to have the intended thing. Like,
Because you have to carry it out to the best of your ability, right? That's the...
yeah, I think he would phrase it in a way to not have you like weasel out of it. But that's the gist of what he says is like turn on him and live. So that's.
So would it make sense to run up and punch him twice?
Heck yeah, it would.
I feel like that's a pretty good way to... I mean, that's effectively what he was doing against the other guy, so...
Yep.
And he has his Thunder Gauntlets
Mm-hmm.
because of magic.
Nice hit.
16 against him. He is going to throw up a shield and deflect your blows and just be like channeling in a message of just like because he probably didn't even hear the message that he sent you guys, but he's smart enough to figure out what had happened. He's like, he's playing with your mind. Get past it. And he's just gonna try to give you some words of encouragement to get out of it. So you are hearing this through your head, but still, let's see. Sorry, let me just read this real quick. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. Trying to see what stops or when you can re-roll.
No, you can't.
You can't? Okay.
No.
They have to take damage first.
Tao had the ability to use the spell, but I thought it was a little too fucked up even for him.
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up. There's like nothing in here that says that you...
It's 24 hours, no rerolls. That's just what you got to do.
Holy shit.
Well, at least I'm not stunned.
That being said, if the caster dies, the spell ends, I believe.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because it's not concentration.
It's not concentration.
We're about to get double XP on the fight if we win.
I mean, to be fair, killing both of them would fulfill the living part of it.
I will say that because he just snapped out of it. It was at this point it's too late to retcon to say he would have tried to counterspell, and frankly I don't think he would have realized fully what was going on without hearing the mental image himself.
Yeah.
But he might try to dispel it later, so you will have a chance to get out of it.
All
He is actively right now working to get you out of that.
I wish I had dispel magic on me.
Well, in any case, Chimera, you're up. And sorry, Onward, is there anything else you wanted to do after throwing down those gauntlets?
Yeah, you know what? I've been meaning to do this. I keep forgetting. I'll cast Finger of Death on Cerebro
Oh, okay.
as a bonus reaction. No, I'm going to use Defensive Field to get some extra temp HP. So he gets his Artificer level on top, so he's back to full plus some
Nice.
Hero's Feast as a energy shield shimmers around.
All right, Chimera, you got a little bit of healing from Audra. You're feeling kind of good, and then suddenly you're getting second thoughts. what do you do? You see,
gonna-
you see, Anwar's on the same page as you. He's like, oh, he just came up and attacked.
Anwar gets it. I'm gonna kind of do the same thing because I want to preface this by saying my immediate thing was going to be healing myself. Instead, I'm just going to move, attack, and then heal.
Okay.
So we're going to be like 15. Oh no, flanking.
Yep.
Um,
His AC is currently still higher because of the shield he put up.
that's great because I mean I don't want to kill him, but here we are. If a happy accident happens, then a happy accident happens. So here's number 1 and number 2.
Oh my god!
Chimera, you are an expert fighter, and you freaking attack with so much ferocity. You break through his shield, and not only hit him once, but you hit him again really fucking hard.
Point out, I have never rolled, like, with Chimera, I have never rolled more than, like, 1 nat 20 in a combat scenario, barely fucking ever, and now there's 2.
Yep.
Anyway. All right.
And
well,
this is when you roll your second nat 20 in the...
Yeah. 1d6.
Well, it's a good thing you don't
So,
like this guy too
Here's
much either.
that one. Yay! That's the first. Oh, right. That wasn't supposed to be a d6. That was just supposed to be a +6.
Right.
So it's 7.
7,
And
okay.
now, 2d8 plus 8 plus 6. I'm so fucking sorry, my guy. So fucking sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to say, like, while Anwar doesn't like having his mind controlled, it is like, hey, go punch that guy you fucking hate. It's like, well, strong
Yeah,
points.
that's part of the reason why the suggestion was like, well, he did fucking bomb our village, probably.
Yep.
And call us pets, so in a
Bonus
weird way.
action is Second Wind. Nice.
Nice. Very good.
And then, because I was very much instructed to murder this man,
Yep.
we're gonna bring the echo down. 5, 10, 20. We're gonna bring him right there. Just move her into position, but she cannot attack yet. Oh, I guess technically I can. But probably not because of, like, how I did that. So I think that's me.
All right. Oh, do you not have any Unleash incarnations anymore?
Well, that's what I was wondering. If she wasn't even, like, near me when I was making the attack, does she still get to do that? Or is it, like, because I moved her and I have the option that I get to go
I
ahead
don't think
and
there's any
attack
reason
again?
why you can't do it just because you move her.
All right, let's fucking go.
All right.
See that third nat 20.
Unless
Yep.
somebody wants to make an attack of opportunity on the Echo.
And you hit him again!
And she attacks with D10s, so...
Oh no.
I want to say, we're gonna, at this rate, we're gonna cleave through this guy. So you might want to.
You could have made an attack of opportunity on the Echo! She has 1 hit point!
Why would he do an attack? Oh, you're saying Audra could have? Oh, yeah, you could have.
I mean,
What's done is done.
It's happened.
Audra doesn't know what's happening here.
Audra sees Aghanazar and then Chimera
I mean,
immediately.
I see that, but
After you got a message in your head being like, hey,
Sure.
turn on him and live.
have I?
Which, by the way, you guys are still free to do, even if you saved. Like, the only
Have
one who
I-
doesn't fully know what's going on is Hunter. Hunter, you
That's
can
true.
probably infer what happened, but you didn't get the whole message.
Have I
Yeah,
used
like,
a
turn on
reaction
him.
though already?
I don't think you used her reaction for
All
anything.
right. Then
It's
try
too
to
late
hit-
now, either way.
Alright.
But
That's your choice. I'll give you this one chance to decide. Normally, I'm not gonna retcon, but
I mean,
if
knowing
you would
what's,
like,
knowing what's happening and knowing she's gonna try to save her friends on her next turn, it would make sense for her to hit the Echo.
okay. So go ahead and roll to see if you can.
Yeah. Now watch me miss.
And watch me nay.
Yep, you whiff it anyway. The echoes,
Oh, no.
like before you even know
Sorry.
what's happening, they were all gone.
Oh no.
So Cerebro's hurt pretty bad. Over a third of his health is gone after some pretty bad stab wounds in that make it even past his shield. Cerebro's had a bad day. He lost his first save. He's just all of this is going terribly, and it looks like the other guy, you just almost hear like a maniacal laugh reverberating from his metal head. Is going fantastic for him. Rain.
Oh boy.
Situation has changed a bit. What are you doing?
I would help either of my two friends if I had anything to help them with. I think she's just gonna continue focusing on bad guy McGee up there.
Okay.
But because everybody's moved away, she could do something a little stronger than tidal wave, and she doesn't have to worry about prone since it wouldn't help anyone right now anyway.
I mean, I'm still there, so. be
yeah,
kind of
but
careful.
I'm assuming you're gonna help. But so instead, she's gonna cast Ice Knife on him.
Whoa. That was a lot of dice.
Here's every dice.
So it will hit. I think that's a 25. That does 2 piercing to him, and then he needs to make a dexterity saving throw from the explosion that happens.
Okay.
And she'll do the disadvantage thing, so he rolls flat.
It also
But
hits the jelly
it does.
too.
It also hits Jelly, so Jelly will also need to make a dex saving throw.
Nicely done.
Okay, so he kind of goes up onto his like back 2 legs as the other first one comes up, blocks the thing, so it's gonna take the damage instead of him, but then goes out and still hits him in the face, as well as the jellyfish woman, who I have affectionately decided to call Angelica.
Perfect.
And
So
okay, so I need dex saves for both of them.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, the knife itself did 2
Just
piercing
2.
damage. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's
not too much. But hey, that leg already has an arrow in it, and now also has an ice knife in it. So that's damage that's getting taken care of a little bit. Now
That's just
dex.
3 damage shy of max damage on that knife. That was really
I know.
Yeah. Okay. He will save.
Damn.
As kind of the gyro thing, like brings him back a bit. He's got magical resistance, so he's.
Well, but I said it's flat. I used another one of my
you're
resonances. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I have to re-roll because I was not paying attention. All right, I have to roll just one because I don't know.
Yep.
He will not save,
Yes!
as he's not expecting that to go, and it
Fuck!
gets over his face or whatever. And the other one's got to make a save, and she does not have magical resistance. She's not as powerful as this dude. She's also taken no damage so far.
She's a real bitch though, so that
Yeah, she's a real bitch who
just
messes with people's
screams.
heads too. And she is what is your
Good.
save?
15.
Meets it, beats it, right?
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right, I didn't even add modifiers, so this was a straight. So yeah, she definitely saves that, so she will only take half. But you were mainly aiming at the main guy anyway, so that's still
Yeah.
really good hit for there. That is a lot of cold damage that goes up into his face. It's like as like some of like the moisture on his face and down his tentacles starts to like kind of grow little icicles around.
And then coming right behind that, bonus action, I'm gonna use one of my charges of the Potion of Fire Breath.
When did you take the potion of fire? But you had
That
a
was-
whole hour.
We
The
all
ship.
took when we
Yeah,
got off
that was the
boat.
walking. And that is going to be dexterity 13 saving
What?
throw.
Describe it, Artem. What's it look like?
So
Yeah.
like she throws out the knife, I guess from her staff because it looks cooler. And then like he sees it, it comes in, it explodes in his face, and he's like, "What the hell?" Looks back, and there's just a ball of fire following it.
How does Rain feel breathing fire? Is the look on your face like like
Yeah,
is it
it's
kind of
she has
terrifying?
gills, so like
Oh, man, it,
I
like,
can
goes
only
out the-
imagine
Like,
like
vents
smoke
out
drifting
of the
from
gi-
your
yeah.
neck.
Yo, that's kind of dope.
Yeah, that's rad.
Okay.
That will be a DC 13 saving throw for him. But it is not a magical effect.
Okay, non-magical
okay.
effect. You're right. He does not save this as what the fuck? And then immediately after, going through. Those are some really good hits on him. He's showing some wear and tear after those two hits.
Then we're gonna hide like a baby behind the pillar. Actually, you know what? Let's get away a little bit more. I could get behind that pillar maybe.
Yeah. There's other pillars.
We won. Where'd Rain go?
Rain's on the boat.
Get away! Get away!
Yeah. So I think let's see. How far will that put him from? Oh, that won't matter. He has magic. What's the point? You know what? She'll just stay behind this pillar.
Okay. All right. Very good round from Rain. Cerebro, after getting like stabbed in the back really hard, it's like he's bleeding out. He's gonna like spin around, and his tentacles are just kind of do like a crazy like angry twitch towards you, and he is going to, let's see.
Does he have his own mass suggestion?
No, but he is going to try to dispel
he can't
that
just be
magic.
like, just kidding. You
And-
reverse card.
No offense, Anwar, but he sees Chimera as way more of a threat than you right now. So he is going to be using his turn to
Well, we'll remember that. I'll go remember that.
to dispel the
I want the
magic
little
on
text in the
Chimera
bottom-
as he's
top
trying to get
left
into her
hand screen.
mind. Like he is messing with your mind. You know that he can do this. Snap out of it. And he's going to roll an ability check with his ability. Because what he has alone may not be enough to get out. And he is able to get you to kind of snap out of it. So you're no longer magically affected in this way, Chimera. As you look over and you kind of take a grasp of like, wait, what did I just do? And you're suddenly rethinking all of your decisions you just made.
Are you?
Not magically affected, but emotionally
You're
affected.
magically affected. However, you still have the full thoughts to be like, am I just going through with this? Because I've gone this far. It's completely up to you to decide what to do next.
Keep him alive because we need his counter spell.
You get to
yeah.
live for utility's sake.
Yeah.
we literally
That's-
can't kill Big Boy without it.
That is Cerebro, who has still not even used his Mind Blast yet.
Yeah, he hasn't really been able to go on the offensive, has he?
Not really. All right. Next up is Angelica.
Oh,
I
that
hate that
bitch,
she
I
has such a
forgot.
cute name because I want to kill her.
Right.
Speaking of, I think she's going to kind of survey the area and see that Audra is.
Thought that might happen.
Yep. She sees Audra's threat. She's going to like spin around. Her kind of stinger like tentacles are going to kind of float up in the air a little bit. She's also going to pull out claws, get in a full fighting stance with you. And she is going to take 2 swings at you. Yes. 2 swings at you, one with her claw and one with one of her like kind of jellyfish-like stinger things at you.
Okay.
So first one, the claw will not hit.
Okay.
The jellyfish stinger thing also will not hit. She didn't roll that well.
Alright.
So she's kind of going at you, but you can kind of like hold up your shield and everything, and like when you're holding up the shield, you see that like it's kind of jellyfish stinger is kind of like trying to wrap around and get at you. So it looks really creepy, but she doesn't land a blow on you. Audra, you're up. What do you do in response to that?
All right. Well, I see Cerebro do a thing that shakes Chimera out of it, and just just so you know, I'm not fudging anything, Richard. I genuinely do have Dispel Magic prepped.
Oh, there actually is something else. I forgot that I haven't really been using this guy's reactions yet because you guys have been doing other things.
Yeah, sorry.
So he has pretty good reach. He's got a 10-foot reach with his long ass things that can shoot out. He is going to take one of his big things to do an electric slam towards you, Audra.
Can he make it the electric slide instead, and then we just? We all
no.
we all thought of a joke.
And just sorry, because of the turn order, again.
I know it's fine. It would have
There's
happened.
gonna be one more that he does at you for this.
Oh,
the
I'm
first
getting
one
two.
did not hit.
Okay.
The second one. Yeah, you're kind of getting ganged up, but between your sword and your shield, you are able to fight off both of these things.
Okay.
There's the tank.
Yeah, neither of them land on you as it's trying to like get at you as well as. So yeah, between the two of you, Audra is actually doing really amazing right now, holding these things off. Audra, you're up.
Yeah. Okay. So as I was saying, I thought for some reason I thought Dispel Magic was a first level, not a third level. So I was just looking at the wrong part of my sheet. But I genuinely do have it prepped. I'm not trying to fudge anything.
Okay.
So seeing Cerebro do something to snap Chimera out of it, because Audra's never done this before, she's gonna like believe that maybe she can do it too, and be like, Anwar, don't do that, and then try to cast it herself.
Okay.
But why not?
And it is it's my spell mod is what I add to the roll, right?
Yes.
All right. So it's probably more than a fourth level.
You can add.
Yep, it is more than a fourth level.
I
So
can
yeah,
add what
you
now?
try to the second it's just not working on Mars still in it.
If Cerebro wants to use this reaction, he can use Flash of Genius to add on to that.
Oh yeah,
Really?
he totally would
Oh.
be like trying to. So that 14
Comes in
he
18
can
at
do that
least,
for
right?
you can do that for ability checks too, not just saves. Then yeah, totally is a flash of genius. Like I'm just gonna be shouting out to
good.
him, and mentally he's gonna be like, yeah, like and
Do
just
that,
kinda
do that.
Yeah, reiterating all the same stuff, going into your head, trying to snap you out of it. And with that 14 will become a 19.
All right, and
Yes.
that does it, right?
Yep, that does it.
All
Anwar
right.
is snapped back. He can decide what he wants at this point, but he does get his mind back.
Awesome.
Richard's like, no, it doesn't work. It was a 10th level spell. Fuck you.
Thank you for reminding me about the flash of genius, because he absolutely would do that.
Okay, cool. And then
Actually, wait, hold up. He can't. He's already used shield as a reaction. He can't do.
No.
No, he had his turn.
Oh,
He gets his reaction
Since
back.
his turn. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, not top of the order yet, but he's had his turn. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Yeah, so he does do it. Yep.
okay, we did it, guys.
oh my god.
And then to end my turn, I'm going invisible.
What?
It's one of the only bonus things I can do that isn't like, or that I can even do right now. So I'm gonna go invisible.
That's amazing.
Furbulk thing.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
prep for the next round. I'm going
This is
invisible.
Audra's tanking way. Yes, goodbye now.
Yeah. Don't hurt him. Okay, bye.
Alrighty. So that is done. He was like lifting up a leg to try to hit you one more time, and then you just go invisible, and he's like, not even gonna try.
And what I'm hoping, fingers crossed, is if he saw me do like sort of a bamf, then he'll probably want to look that way if he's going to use his eye again. You know what I mean? Be like, where'd she go? Hopefully. Instead of, the mass of people to the south. We'll see.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next up is Hunter.
Okay. Well, I can't really stun this dude right now. I'm almost wondering if Audra needs protection more than... if Chimera needs protection more than Anwar does. She's the one that keeps getting hit.
Let's bear in mind we are in a perfect line, and his turn is coming
Yup.
up.
Right.
Let's get out of the way of that lightning line that's about to come forward or whatever.
I think it would make sense for you to give it to Chimera.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. I will... Okay, I'll pop forward, and you just hear a crack of glass, and then your head is, like, dripping wet as Hunter, like, smashes a bottle of moonshine above your head, and as it drips over you, like, it radiates this, like, aura, this orange aura that like kind of hardens, and protection from evil and good is cast upon you. So you are
I forgot about that.
protected against
Hey.
aberrations So they have
God bless
disadvantage
you.
on attacks.
He is
You
swinging,
can't
so
be-
this is definitely useful.
Yeah.
You can't be charmed again, frightened, or possessed. So that's cool.
Bless
That's
you,
really
sir.
good.
And then
Please run away, Hunter. Please run
Yeah.
away.
Yes, please get out of there.
Get the fuck out of there.
so that was
You're right
five.
there.
Another pillar to
I was
hide
like,
behind.
We're in a line. Please get out of there.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take cover behind this here pillar,
Okay.
and surely I've got some sort of bonus action I can use. Oh! I'm gonna pull out my beer and bonus action Roguish Smite. Oh, I can't. Never mind. Never mind. 2 concentration spells. Never mind. Do. I don't think I have any other bonus actions I can use at the moment, but
Can
that's
you
fine.
hide? You're a rogue, right? You can just.
I
like,
can hide. I'm just gonna hide back here.
Not a bad
You did
idea.
sneak
Go ahead and
attack.
roll stealth to hide.
I'm gonna roll that at advantage since I'm wearing my cloak.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
dark in here. I'd say that's fine. Yeah, you successfully hide behind that pillar. You're gonna slink off into the shadows.
I like to imagine the Octavius was looking at the line and he's like, okay, wait, no, there were 4 of them. There were definitely 4 of them.
Where are these fuckers going?
All right, good stuff. Legendary action. I do think he is going to do what Audra was hoping for. Actually, no, he's not. He's legendary action. He's going to try to hit her at disadvantage. He can still sense your intelligence, so he knows you haven't like teleported or anything.
Mm-hmm.
What's your AC?
19.
And this is the time that he hits you somehow. You like turn invisible, and he's just with his leg gonna give it another oof while he's preparing up a electric charge for his actual turn. He is gonna hit you with a boom.
I mean, I didn't move, so if he just swung in the same place,
Yeah,
you
you just
know,
hung in
I'm
the same
still
place,
there.
and you just let your guard down just for a second because you turned invisible and thought you were safe for a second, and unfortunately, poor choice, and boom.
That's fair.
So, oof, that is 15 bludgeoning damage plus 6 lightning damage as boom, just like hits
Alright.
you, knocks you back a little bit, and hits you with a bit of electricity.
Literally, like it pushes, or I'm
No,
okay.
just like within 5 feet, you're knocked back a couple feet,
Okay.
but you're still in the 5-foot square. And you know, you guys called it. I mean, it is the logical thing to do at this point. A big like pulse of electricity shoots out and down through one of the legs, and boom, a lightning bolt shoots out towards all of you. I need Anwar, Chimera, and Cerebro is also going to need to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
How's your dex, guys? Oh,
Ooh.
Onward could flash of genius you if a 17 would work.
I only have 2 of those left.
Yeah.
Do you want to use it? Because right now it looks like Chimera's going to get hit with a bolt of lightning.
I will use it. So I will be down to 1 flash of genius left. Now your save is a 17.
Okay.
Too bad it was an 18. You get hit anyway.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
It is too bad that Cerebro does not have some kind of thing where he can use his intelligence instead of his dex. Because he's already just been phased quite a bit and hurt pretty bad by Chimera, so he's kind of off his game at this point. He's kind of from the beginning got knocked off, and then it just got worse and worse. After that crit hit, he's focused on the pain pretty bad, and he's not able to dodge out of the way quite enough. Whereas Anwar, how do you want to describe the flash of genius you hit over to Chimera?
So I imagine that Anwar isn't going to actually dodge it. He's going to raise his shield, and he's going to try and divert the direction of the electricity. So he's able to kind of get it so it further in the back. Miss Chimera, she's like only getting hit by a little bit of the where unfortunately it hits more of Cerebro, not on purpose, but not on purpose. So he's more just kind of like blocking it, like blocking a burst of water.
Okay. That's 35 damage to Cerebro, as he is really fucking hurt at this point. And that is 17 lightning damage to both of you.
Okay.
Cerebro's really starting to look woozy. He's about at 1/3 health right now after that. And
Maybe I should use the healing word on Cerebro.
and I was gonna say, and Octavius looks like he's still over half. So Cerebro's really not looking good at this point. All right. So that is that's Octavius's turn.
I have a quick question for a reaction.
Yes.
My Radiant Longsword, the blinding effect, is that only with the melee attack that comes at me, or is that just any attack that hits me?
I think it's a melee.
This wouldn't be an attack though, right? Because it's a save.
Let me double check.
Because it just says after
it's
being
not a
hit by
spell
an attack.
Right, but this isn't an attack.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
it's not an
Am I
attack, yep.
busy? In that case, can I reaction Hunter's Mark his ass?
Yeah, totally. Is he not Hunter's marked anymore?
It's a con. And,
okay,
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
a 2 on that first round.
Okay. Yeah.
How often can you do that, Sid? The Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark is however the hell many times I want to. It's a bonus.
All right,
sick.
Agonazar, your mind was taken over a bit. You've kind of gotten back a bit. You just got jolted with lightning, but luckily you shielded quite a bit of it. What do you do?
Richard, just not to belabor it, but I would say that it only says hit by an attack. It doesn't say hit by a melee attack, or even.
No, but
attack.
that means it means a spell attack. That's usually what an attack means. An attack.
Okay. All right, fair enough. Yeah. So standing up, I imagine there's like a burst of energy and smoke.
Oh
And
yeah,
Mark
for sure. Yep.
Stands up from the smoke cloud that erupts from the lightning, and he just kind of like, oh, I'm really upset that he took over my mind. I'm more upset that you made me do something I wanted to do. And he's gonna charge in, and here's always the tricky part. What do I do at this point? How is that leg looking right now?
Which one? The other one that's in the front?
Yeah.
Still over half of its health. It's hurt. It has taken some damage. It took it's got an arrow to the knee basically, and it's got I guess an ice blade in it that probably melted at this point, but it definitely has some damage. Some kind of circuits going like.
All right. Well,
Question: Would the ice blast have hurt the legs as well as him? Because it's an explosion.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I just kind of factor it in. It's either hurting him or hurting the legs. It's not hurting both.
Okay.
Anwar's going to take 2 shots. 2 Thunder Gauntlet shots at him.
Okay.
And be really great if it hit.
It does
I'm
not.
a friend of the 2 today.
There we go.
Hey.
That second one hits it. Like the first one hits it in a natural armor spot. The second one hits it right where the arrow and the other thing like hit it, and so it's hits it in a weak spot.
On the first hit with the Thunder Gauntlets, he gets to add an extra d6 of damage. Since he missed on the first one, it goes to this one, and since it is a crit, it becomes an extra 2d6.
And because it's thunder, not lightning damage, he is gonna take that full damage.
So, since this is a crit, the roll was
It's one more.
Well, no. So it's 8, and then the roll was either a 3 or a 7, whichever you want to, because we're saying max damage for the first damage, right? So it'd be 1 more then, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it'd be 1 more. Yep.
Okay. And that doesn't apply to Hunter's Mark.
No. It's just your main hit, not
Right, so
everything
then
that
in total, that is 15 and 7. That is 22 points of lightning damage punched right into him.
Right into the leg you were trying to do?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're trying to bypass it and like get around and then get him?
Either way, the Thunder Gauntlet's effect will go through whatever thing it hits. So it has disadvantage on all attacks that aren't on War currently.
Okay.
Sorry, you were going to describe something.
So I guess the question just is, what were you aiming at? Were you aiming at the leg or were you aiming at him?
I was going to say I'm aiming at him.
Okay. Let me roll real quick to see. Okay, he is going to be able to bring the leg up, but still you get it like right in the sweet spot. And when you hit it, it gives like such a sonic force that it's like in one of the little thinner parts that just snaps. And that is, second leg is donezo. Because that you said that was 27 damage?
It was 22 damage.
Or 22, okay. The second leg is still hanging on, but barely. It's like kind of limping along at this point. It might be able to block another blow, but it's not doing much else at this point.
The bonus action, he's going to use 1 more charge of his defensive field, since I believe he was definitely knocked away. So he is back to 69 nice health. And he just kind of like rears his fist back with the shield kind of going down, and he is holding on to that mental fortress. He is holding on to his health. He is punching this guy basically right in his face. He's holding his own. When he's not mind controlled, obviously.
With that, he's gonna reel back from that a bit. And he is going to, kind of from that, the leg will kind of reel back, and then he's going to try to give a telekinetic push towards you to get you the hell away after that. So I will need a strength saving from you, please.
Didn't bring my strength gloves today.
I think Braun's still holding on to those.
Didn't matter.
Okay, so you're gonna like hit all that, and he's just gonna go, just like raise his arm up, and you are going to go flying 30 feet back. Come on. Sorry, my trackpad's acting weird. He's gonna like push you right into this pillar that's there. Just boom, you're gonna hit your back on it. Which, how far away was that? That's basically 30 feet. Okay, so you're going to take 3d6 as if it were falling damage as you, boom, slap your back against the wall there. For a total of 9 bludgeoning damage as you snap back and, you like fly back, hit back, and then you just kind of like land there. You're not trapped there. It's not a full like the telekinesis spell. It's a little different. So you're not like trapped, but you do get flung back and you hit back there. Okay. Chimera, you're up next. And Cerebro's looking over like, are you good?
I am better. I apologize. Thank you. And I'm gonna do some dumb shit. We're going here. Echo is going. 30, right? 1 more. Oop. And we're gonna take 2 attacks at him, hopefully. Plus.
I will say, as around the time you're getting up here, he's starting to kind of move his arms into a slightly different position so he can still potentially block, but he's definitely, he's got a lot less helping him than he did before.
He'll take out that last arm. Or is the arm second off gone?
It's 1, and it says it's stuck rolling the dice any minute now.
Okay,
8,
there we go.
And 2.
Ooh, that's a good hit.
Come on, bitch. Oh.
Second one still hits.
Okay.
Okay.
And he is hunter's marked, so it's 2d8 plus 2d6 plus 12.
Nice. Nice.
And
hit.
then I'm going to bonus action trade fucking places.
Good call there. I will say with that, he is able to bring up that arm, but you cleave it right off.
Nice.
That's 3 down.
All right, and then
Fuck,
you
I
bonus
forget
action switch
Audra
places.
and
down.
Angelica is still fucking up there. God damn.
Oh, wait, sorry. That was 2 hits together that you
That was
did?
2 hits, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you cleave off the one with the first hit, and then you can go in and let me roll. Oh, you go in, you slice it off the first one, and then he's wide open. That you get to go in and you can stab him right through the chest area on that second one. So that second hit is going to go to him. So what is that? That's 5 plus 3 plus 6.
14?
So that's 14 damage going
Yeah.
directly to him.
Fuck that guy.
Go get it.
And he's looking bloodied once you get that right in there. He's less than half health now as you get that stab right into his gut. And then you, we'll just, stick the... Oops. I want to undo what I did. But... Yeah, and Echo gets right up in there as you've bamfed out. All right, very good round. That is Chimera, and you're going to have bamfed away.
never mind.
Audra's invisible right now. Will he have a reaction?
I use my blast, unleashing. It's too late, I guess.
Let's see.
The music was just perfectly in time with you saying that.
Seeing
so-
that Cerebro is kind of weak, both as far as strength goes, he is going to use his telekinesis to try to get Cerebro to go up 30 feet into the ceiling and hit, and then go back down.
Oh my god.
So Cerebro has to do a strength saving throw. He does have some magical resistance though.
God damn it, Cerebro.
Cerebro miraculously, luckily because of his magical resistance, I think because of his mind powers, is able to fight back the telekinesis and just no, I'm staying. Cerebro does not move on that. Rain, you're up. As you see this kind of mental battle going back and forth between Cerebro and Octavius at this point.
Well, it worked good last time. Let's see if the ice knife combo. So I'm using my last resonant utterance. He'll roll his save flat. 17 will hit.
17
Okay.
will hit.
It's a 2 piercing, and then 15 isn't the best, but DC 15 dex save for him.
Without those 2 front arms available, he is trying to starting to compensate by having the other 2 arms at his side rather than behind him, but he is not able to block that, and he will take that 2 damage plus he still saves on the is it really a dex and not a con for the cold?
Yeah, it's a dex for the explosion.
I'm guessing it's
he sees it coming. He's seen this before, so he's getting ready to even hitting the thing. He quickly covers up and keeps the thing from affecting him as much. So he'll take half of that. Oh yeah, I guess Echo needs to.
Wow.
Echo.
The echo save.
But is it still half
No,
damage?
He does take the 2 piercing plus 7 cold damage. So...
I don't suppose that I could use my inspiration to give him disadvantage on that save. I've been holding
that's
on
not really
to
how
one.
inspiration works.
Oh,
Sorry.
all right.
De-inspiration.
But still, that's a good hit, and he's starting to look much more now that he's bloodied. Every hit really counts now.
The jelly also will have to make the save, but
yeah.
And then he will need to make another dexterity saving throw as I...
Amazingly, Jelly saves this too. I guess because you're really hitting at him, it's easier to
Fair
dodge.
enough.
I think that's really all she's taking damage from, though, is just these cold hits.
No one's attacked her, I don't think.
No, she's kind of
Until my next turn.
Ooh. And then I'm going to use bonus action Fire Breath. He needs to make another dexterity saving throw.
Alrighty. Which is not a magical effect.
Yeah.
And he takes this full brunt.
Oh, yes.
Ooh, he's really hurt after that, as you just... flames going up. He's really looking bad now. He is less than a third health. Yeah, his face is starting to get all charred up and stuff. And go ahead and throw an insight on there real quick.
Ooh. This is a normal roll. You know what? I can use my
Was that absolutely
superiority
cocked on anybody
dice.
else's
Yeah,
range?
it looks like a 19 to me. I don't know why.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can use your...
Nice.
Now it's a 16.
Hey, yeah. So, with your keen insight that you just kind of know these guys' minds a bit more, you can tell he's at the point, especially after all your trainings, he's thinking about bamfing. So he's really not looking good.
Oh, Cerebro.
She gives a look to Cerebro to like let him know he's gonna do it.
Yep. All right. Cerebro, finally getting his bearings together and just like stopping this nonsense, is going to do a mind blast on both him and the girl.
I'm invisible, and I'm assuming this is technically gonna come at me too.
No, he saw where you last were, assuming you've not moved, so he's...
Okay.
The Echo doesn't really have a mind anyway, so I don't think the Echo has to do anything. It's not technically treated as a creature. So...
But she was blowing up my ice, right?
What was that?
No, the Echo... Oh, yeah, the Echo. I guess
Echo
blows
saved,
up
I
anyway.
thought.
Oh, did save.
Does it
Oh,
do
wait,
half,
wait.
though, on a save?
Oh, did you
It
roll?
doesn't say. Saving throw or take 2d6.
Oh, it does
moving.
half.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
if it does half,
Okay.
then the Echo's just gone
Damn.
anyway.
Oh, so Echo
Yep.
was like, I did it! Oh, no.
Basically.
The
Just-
first time she saved.
just whooshed away in ice.
Yeah, cut
Just
to the
in, like,
pile of
chilling air.
echoes on that other's like plane, and she shows up.
Another one.
I almost made it, guys. How'd you go, Ice? I saved though.
Goat avalanche.
Holy,
Go.
holy
Ev-
shit!
Is it happening?
Is it a lot of
He
damage?
could kill him. He could kill him.
Is it happening?
It's happening.
Ah! How do you want to do this,
No.
Richard?
He channels all his energy on this mind blast towards the flare because he just doesn't want it to get out of it, and doesn't focus as much on his little henchman thing. So the henchman is not feeling it to the full front and actually like saves this, but he is just all his energy into this thing, and he is going to do some damage.
Guys, it looks like Cerebro's the hero of the story, and I kind of hate it. He's all been blown away,
Yeah.
and he's standing proud in the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, do we kill Cerebro, though?
He's been turned on. He's all this. Yeah.
If we didn't have to fight an entire army getting out of here because he's gone, I would say yes.
Yeah. We don't have a way.
No,
Like,
but
yeah, we
there's
can't take the
reality
boat
here.
back out if we kill him. Unfortunately.
I know. It's right there.
I know.
I know, we whittled him
Yeah.
down real good.
I was not expecting
Octavius
this.
takes. Come on, 19 psychic damage.
It.
Not enough to bring him down, but he's also just like, you can see his whole like suit that's connected to his nervous system is like spazzing out and like totally locked in, and he is stunned. And Angelica gets some damage as well. She gets hurt for 9 psychic damage. So Cerebro's really fucking proud of himself with that. Angelica is going to do whatever she can to help her master. She's going to step forward and lunge at him, both with her claw and with her tentacle thing, trying
Fucking
to...
Angelica kills Cerebro. It's not on us.
Angelica is the new BBEG after
She
this.
got a 20 on her claw.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
I might have to heal him, guys. I might have to heal him.
Yeah.
Followed by the tentacle. Which will not hit him. But man, she sees that he's like, he was in this mental battle, and then he suddenly started winning, and she just runs up and claws him right in the face, including hitting some of his tentacles. Really freaking does a lot of nerve damage, hurts him pretty bad. Let's see. Okay. Hits him for 15 slashing damage right in the face. And he's also looking like, both of these guys actually have about the same amount of HP right now. Both of them are hovering around 30 HP. They're looking pretty bad. So this is really, between the two of them, it's actually pretty evenly matched so far. They're really, really struggling
What
here.
you're saying is, if Anwar can stand right behind Cerebro, he can Agonazar's blast both of them. And get a,
You can do
get
the
a free
piccolo.
kill.
You know, your choice. Your choice. He has repeatedly gone over, like, you want to back me, otherwise some other Flayer's just going to take over and go take over Stem Garden.
Yep.
It's just
Yeah,
that
but
it's
your
so
choice-
within reach.
It is within reach that you see, like, it's, like, quite possible you could take both these guys out, looking how bloodied both of them are against each other.
I mean, Richard has
Um,
2 weeks, 3 weeks to write for it, so don't worry about it. Do
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
want to do.
Yeah, do what you want to do. I'm just reiterating, like, he's the one who has been at least like, hey, I at least have some affection for you, where no other Mind Flayer's doing that. So, Audra, you are up
That's toxic
after
ass
Angelica
behavior. I'm
gets
sorry.
a really good hit
Yep.
into this guy.
So, from out of the invisibility, because she ripped off her mask as she came out of it, comes Big Audra. And Big Audra is going to take 2 attacks at stunned Octavius at advantage.
Why are you hitting that advantage? Oh, right, because he's stunned.
Because he's stunned, yeah. Hey, let's not forget he's stunned. That's why this is happening. Okay. I think it's...
Yeah, and you're hitting him, not the
Whoa,
leg, unless
whoa.
you're choosing to hit a leg.
Hold on.
I don't think that's
I deal
how that works.
325 damage, and we win. Hold on. Yeah, sorry.
You rolled pretty high on the D420.
Yeah. Oh, I did the same. No, that's correct. Okay. That looks
Those
like...
are 2 hits?
Yeah, that looks like all hits.
Yep.
Okay. So, and I'm big.
So, yeah, are you just like...
So,
just going in there and...
yeah. So this is
Yeah, you're getting all up in his grill.
2d8 plus 2d4 plus 8. For 17.
All right, yeah, you get up in there and you get him. Like, he's already been stabbed in the chest once, and you're able, like, he's kind of locked in kind of high, but you're still able to get up in there in his torso area and get a really good hit on him.
Yeah. That's two attacks. That's an action and a bonus action.
Yeah, so you, like, kind of slash him down, then up. You're not able to get him in the head, but you're supposed to keep
Yep.
the head intact anyway.
That's true.
But he's really looking like he's going to be down at this point. Hunter.
Yo,
Hunter, you were safely kind of looking over. You don't really have a good shot at Angelica, but you look over there and you look like he's stunned right now. This is your chance. You might be able to finish him off with I guess with a dagger or a range, whatever you want to do. He's stunned.
Up here.
Yeah, Chimera, you feel the aura kind of diminish as Hunter draws Mabir, and his eyes go flaming orange, activating Roguish Smite. And he just, in a flash, just flies around and just dives towards him, and we'll see if it actually hits before.
I've got a channel
get
divinity
it too
left,
pretty.
so you're gonna hit.
Do. That's a normal roll, I think.
Advantage.
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 And it's a crit.
Oh,
This is beautiful.
Beautiful.
So,
Oh, please roll all of
Hunter?
those dice.
Sorry, what?
Hunter, think wisely about this now because it's your choice.
Mhm.
Involving if you want to jump up and get the head or not the head or whatever else. You get to describe how you do this. How do you do this?
So, Hunter is sprinting. He leaps up off the ground, and he grabs at grips into his mouth, right? Like a couple fingers in the mouth and the thumb under the chin, and just skewers Mibir through his throat, and it's like melting butter, and you see like the black decay just immediately spread out, and the neck kind of dissolves out until the body falls away from the head, and Hunter's just holding him.
Just holding the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the whole thing is in kind of like a rigor mortis, like locked in place because it's stunned. So when you take the head off, you're able to still like hold on. You're just like holding on to this, like these legs that are locked in place and onto the body, but the head is just off and you hold up the head.
Tight.
But we're not out of combat yet.
No, we ain't.
Can you
One of us
can
is.
you roll the dice though, please? I want to see that damage.
Yeah. Abso-friggin-lutely. So there's.
Because
Okay, yeah, if you don't get 16 damage, I'm going to laugh my ass off and
'Cause
be like,
you're-
oh, wait, actually, no, you don't kill it.
and it's all doubled.
Yep.
Oh, right.
Literally all that you just rolled, roll it again.
Okay, the rapier was already rolled again, but there's sneak attack. Oops, not hellish rebuke. Sorry, you can ignore that one. Jesus Christ.
Dang, that's 28 damage just from the roguish smite.
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see that, like, even through that, and, like, its eyes, the head is off, and then you just see the eyes go black into a void. As just, like, this bluish blood is just dripping, bluish, purplish blood is just dripping down its, what was its head?
Nice.
Sorry, did I get that right, that you decapitated, like, when you stabbed through, or did I
Yeah.
misunderstand?
I stabbed through the neck, and it kind
Mhm.
of dissolved out until the neck just deteriorated and the body falls away.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, so
You just necroed his neck.
Yeah.
Necrotic damage.
necrotic damage, I get it.
Oh my god.
Alrighty.
All right, Angelica.
so,
You're gonna meet the worst fate.
Aghanazar, you see all of that happen, and you see that Angelica is still thrashing, and Cerebro's in trouble too. What do you do?
I do that thing where Anwar waits and he's like, all right. And he'll was I knocked prone or am I on my feet?
You're on your feet. You landed
Okay.
on your feet.
Then yeah, he's going to run right here. Kind of hop over. Are these like energy or rivers or what's the blue stuff?
They're little rivers that if you look inside have little tadpoles running through them.
Got it.
I really thought those were gonna swarm us as like a lair thing.
Well,
Then-
if you had like controlled water and brought the water up and over, there was going to be a consequence for that. There would have been
Okay.
flying tadpoles everywhere, but that did not happen.
2 attacks with flanking.
Fix that first one, please. Or that first one, that one, more so. Thank
There
There
you.
you go. That's
better.
2 hits.
2 hits.
Yep.
Eerie. And It's one of these. And it's one of these. And, oh, that was nice. And then an extra d6 of all thunder damage. So a total of 21 thunder damage to Angelica.
Alrighty. Angelica. Well, just describe how do you do it non-lethal? Do you do it lethal? You don't know her backstory. You don't know what she's about. What do you do? You
I know what she's
decide how you
about to
take her out.
be.
Can I knock her out? Can I just
Yeah.
bash her head twice?
Yeah, totally.
Oh,
Then-
what's that feel like?
And then she'll just yeah, it's all mushy anyway, but yeah, when you do that, it kind of like sends jolts through her head to the point that it like almost like resets her like heart and whole nervous system, and she just falls down. So she is knocked out, but not dead.
When she falls and Anwar is looking straight at Cerebro, Anwar's just like, I want you to remember that.
Kind of calming down from his like intense mental focus to bring this guy down and stun him so he can't get away. Kind of, I remember all of this. Good job, everyone.
Okay, good.
Now, if you excuse me. So before Cerebro goes over to eat this dude's brain, Chimera and Rain, you got a turn. Do you want to do anything?
Nope.
All right, Chimera does not. Rain, do you want to do anything before Cerebro goes over to eat this thing's brain?
God, I don't want him to eat the brain. But I can't really do anything from here anyway. I guess not.
I'll kind of meet him in the middle, walking up, and
All right.
kind of drop it to him and say, "Dinner's served."
Rain's just shaking her
Grab
head
it.
back here.
I have never been more proud of you all.
Damn it.
Oh, dang.
And with that, he eats the brain,
Table
and
manners
just like
ain't
he's
strong
getting
suit.
really fucking high off drugs, he's just like. All right, I think I know what's going on here. And he's going to start floating over, and when he starts floating, he's going to like float up into this pool, and just kind of glide into it. And when he does that, what does everybody else do? We're out of combat now.
Brace for the worst.
I would like to take
he's
the
definitely
dodge
in there for
action.
like a minute or so. So if you want to do something right now while he's over there, what do y'all want to do?
Rain, what's...
Or would you like to take a bathroom break real quick, and then the
Bathroom
last
break
hour
would
will
be
be.
great.
That's probably a good
Yeah.
idea.
All right, bathroom break, everybody.
All right, sending to the break screen. BRB.
Oh boy.
All right, coming back in. Oh my. That's a way to come back.
Hi.
Oh, hello.
Welcome back.
Big Audra will like turn to Hunter and just extend a very giant hand for like a big high five, just like, great job with that.
I'm gonna give it like the extra amped jump up high five.
Uh-huh. It's still probably like hitting a brick wall.
Oh yeah.
You do like the Looney Tunes like when you hit it.
At least Max, he no sells it, and then a second later
Rain, are you able to do the mind blocking thing so I can't read our minds?
Yes, I think I can. And
yeah, now's the
Do it
time.
right now.
yeah, she has just enough slots to do this. She uses up the rest of her second level and her last third level slot. Everybody is now mind shielded.
Now I'm already mind shielded. If
Yeah,
that
I don't
saved you
need
a
to use it
slot-
on you. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I always count it as that. Effectively, your ring is the same thing as my spell.
We're back on stream, right?
Without the
We are.
soul thing.
We are back, Richard.
Alrighty. So you do all of that, and once you're all mind shielded, what do you all do?
do
I
we?
think we just wait for him.
Yeah, I did
What do
before we took a break. Audra did ask Rain what he's doing in that tank.
Rain would never have seen one of these. She
No,
hasn't-
Rain has no idea what he's doing right now.
Okay.
Yeah. I know I was part of the Empire, but we didn't get to know information like this. Can she do like a investigation or something just to look around it and guess, or is
I
this
would-
beyond her?
As you're venturing a guess, you start to see that through the tentacles is pulsating vibrant colors, kind of like an underwater deep sea creature, just pulsing out into the water, through the tentacles from the head thing into the water channels that are then going out throughout the whole thing. The entire room begins to get really psychedelic looking.
Whoa.
Just kind of getting, it says you get a feeling that there's kind of a mental wave going across. And
I'd like to, Richard, when we were chopping up the legs,
Mhm.
we broke pieces off of it, right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. I want to quickly pick one of those up and turn to Anwar and be like, "This will probably be of use to you. Can you stick it in that bag of yours?"
Like a giant leg that's the size of Big Audra.
Yeah, and I just want to turn and Mary Poppins it into his bag.
Yeah, I mean, if you put it in lengthwise, yeah, you can
Yeah.
probably fit it in the bag of holding.
Yeah, I figured you can probably do something with that, or learn something, you know.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I have some ideas, and it's Anwar, but he's got the Iron Spider legs coming out his back now. I've got some ideas.
Alternatively, Audra can just swing it like a giant club at people.
I was thinking with the right power source, you might be able to turn it into a really big bazooka thing that does lightning bolt. That it would take two people to operate, but you could just do a big boom, just shooting out lightning bolts.
Someone has to squat in front of him over their shoulder.
Yeah, no, it would be a two-person
That'd be
thing,
pretty
but
cool.
it'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
You are starting to make third level items now. You made your first one with that helmet that does a third level spell, so that very well you could turn that into another third level thing of lightning bazooka. But in any case, eventually all this kind of craziness will die down and kind of return back to normal. And then Cerebro's just going to float out kind of amongst all you guys, just kind of landing right on top of the corpse of what this thing was. And he's just going to look at all of you and say, "So, we succeeded. Now to hold up my end of the bargain, you want your daughter back?"
She's still herself. If she can be fixed,
You're just going to kind of see him focus for a second, and there's gonna be like a pulse coming from one tentacle that kind of goes through and channels through the water, and then he'll say, "She'll be here soon."
Fuck.
So what? You want to just explain to us what just happened?
I've taken control of this. They will answer to me now.
Everyone?
All those that have already been assigned, or I guess you would say programmed, to follow orders from the lead flayer, they now answer to me.
Cool. Looking at him, does he look like he healed himself while he was in the pool?
Go ahead and do a medicine check.
I half expected him to emerge with like mechanical legs too, and I was just gonna like fuck off. I was just gonna leave.
No, he does not have mechanical legs.
Not great.
Not great. Okay. No, it's hard to tell. His he had some stab wounds, but then the cloth is kind of covering it a bit, so just while everything's going on. He was mostly stabbed in the back, and right now he's facing front, so you don't have a good look at his wounds. So in any case, so yeah, your daughter's going to be up momentarily.
You can't tell me anything about her. You can't tell me if she's herself or anything.
I have a feeling that her mind is gone. I'll have to investigate and see if I can bring her memories back. In the meantime, I have also discovered a good degree of what is in this place, and there is a teleportation pad should you wish to go back to where you want to go, or if you want to go anywhere else for that matter.
Could have killed him and just left through that.
We're going to Disneyland.
I say teleport this, and I stab him.
Jesus.
Still the same scenario, guys.
Yeah, I know.
Also, I would say medicine check wasn't great. Would anybody else like to do any? I would say you could roll a perception real quick with advantage, though, even though you didn't get a good look at his wounds. See if
It's the person that put them there. Can I get it at advantage?
Sure.
Damn.
I was mostly joking,
Oh,
but I'll
oops.
take it.
That's should be 13, but still not great.
Okay. Yeah, tough to see on the wounds. However, Aganazar, you still have your helmet on that's got the advantage kind of thing. You notice his head has grown a little.
It's all that ego.
Yep, all that ego has gone to his head. But anyways, he'll say, "So I can get your daughter, and then you can go wherever it is you want to go, and our business is done. We'll not speak of this as we agreed, and when the time is right, I will release your happy Daniel." Are there any other concerns or questions that need to be addressed?
I don't think I can take her into town looking like that.
I want that.
I can see you've already taken a leg. What else do you want to take?
The rest. I want all the legs and I want the body.
We didn't agree to that. Is there anything in exchange you're willing to do or offer?
I would say we more than held up our end of the bargain.
You did.
You can keep Angelica. We don't want her.
Does he speak, or does she speak for all of you when she says that? You're not going to be asking for more souls to save, just the daughter.
I mean, no, but I want her in her right mind, in her right body.
I'd like
She'll
to
be
roll.
murdered looking like that
never
anywhere
mind.
we take her.
Giving her back any other way wouldn't be giving back her daughter.
I mean, even if...
Fine, it's no no concern to me whether you take this thing or not. It's no threat to me at this point, and I know how to rebuild it now that I have his memories. So sure, you can take the rest of it.
Anwar's going to whisper to Hunter or Audra, whoever's helping him cut up the rest of the legs and put them in the bag. We can use that body to show the resistance and prove what we did.
So, a whole bunch of the body itself is like pretty decomposed by this point. It's just like a bunch of guts, but you do have like the exoskeleton of the body suit and everything.
Yeah, Audra can like snap more legs off like she's cracking a crab, stick them in the bag.
There definitely is like inside the suit that was like fairly well tight. You just kind of look in like a hollow shell and be like, yeah, there's a lot of bluish purple goo in there. It looks pretty darn gross. Whatever carcass that is, it sure ain't from the prime material.
We should throw it at Lopaz's face, just like, here you go.
So yeah, he'll let you take that, and
the body.
What's left of the body you can have, sure.
Audra, I don't suppose there's anything you can do to kind of keep this thing together, can you?
What's left of the head, you still see some tentacles that are kind of falling down, but there's like a huge injection in the back of the head with some major bite marks, and what was inside the head is totally hollow now.
I have a blanket we could wrap her up in.
If it'll last until I can... When can I change my spells? It's after a long rest, right? It's not a... Is it after short?
Long.
I think it's a long rest.
That's what I thought. Well, if it can wait until tomorrow, I could preserve the corpse.
Yeah, it's not gonna die in one day.
All right, then I can swap for gentle repose tomorrow.
And tomorrow's Day of the Dead, so who knows what you can do with it?
Oh god.
No, tomorrow is the day to use gentle repose because once it's under that, it cannot become undead.
Might be a good day to do some rituals to ward off undeath.
If we want to do that, then tomorrow, Ryan, I can cast gentle repose on it. That'll preserve it for 10 more days. I can then, I could re-up that if we need to continue doing that.
My thought is, right now, even if we go back home, the Resistance still hates us. And they know that the Empire left, but we can't really get into details why that is, for obvious reasons. But if we show the corpse of a Mind Flayer, we can say, this is why they left, and this is what we did.
Yeah.
And you're welcome.
So I can cast gentle repose on it tomorrow. I just can't. I don't have it prepped. So
I don't think we need to squish the body into the bag of holding, but maybe carry it somehow with like a,
I have strength a level higher than normal. I can just fireman carry it around.
Great.
All right, so as you guys are kind of discussing that, eventually you hear kind of an opening flap of these kind of organic kind of doors, and walking through between the pillars, you see what appears to be Keone. Let me take you over to the Keone page. Just soak that in.
So much. Why did you do that? It's my imaginary Richard, and you did horrible things to her.
What? When have I ever done terrible things to the PC's family members?
If it weren't a mind control
Never.
thing, she would look really dope, but anyways.
Right. It's not knowing if she made this choice under sound, mind, and body.
Yeah.
That's the real kicker.
Seeing her approaching, I assume probably everybody will back away.
Let me here, if you want a whole 3D view of her, here you go.
I do want to see the tentacles.
I mean, I don't. But
The tentacles, I would actually like you to imagine the tentacles are up a little higher, kind of like Doc Ock.
Sure.
But just in Hero Forge, you can only make tentacles as tails right now, so that's why they're a little.
I
low.
knew it was coming out of the butt.
Butt tentacles.
No, they should be coming out a bit higher. But in any case, you get the general idea of what she looks like currently.
I can show this off pretty nicely on stream, actually.
Yeah, that way you can give a good 360 view of what she looks like. So she steps forward and looks kind of blankly and just says, "You called?" And Cerebus just kind of look over at Camille. May I?
Good.
He's just kind of gonna walk around her, and she doesn't really react or respond to him walking like right behind her. And his tentacles are just gonna start to kind of wrap around her head, start to feel a bit.
Always with the face touch.
Yep, just kind of wrapping around, and then just kind of slink off. And he's going to say, "There is nothing in here that resembles the Keon I knew and I taught. I'm sorry, I feel for you. I do. I think of her a bit as a pet as I do you. Taught her in the Mind Garden since she was quite young. But unfortunately, there's nothing left in here. It's all reprogrammed. It's not like you have a spare copy of her or anything. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do." And then she just looks confused, like, "Did I do something wrong? Should I be doing something differently?" And he just kind of mentally shoots back, like, "No. You're doing exactly as you were built."
Simply out of curiosity's sake, if I did have a spare Keon lying around, would she be stuck with that body?
The way that tentacles work is a distributed intelligence that is connected to the brain in a very sophisticated way. To remove them runs the risk of permanent brain damage. But it is possible to remove them. Besides that, and a little bit of scarring, she does not seem physically altered too much. Besides, the gills as well. Yes, there's some gills that seem to be there. Gills, I guess we could sew them up, and might be kind of painful to completely take them out.
No,
And
gills
the
could
tentacles,
be dealt
again,
with. It's
it may be quite painful to remove them.
And it wouldn't be her. Either way.
What do you mean it wouldn't be her?
So it could alter her brain?
Oh, yes, I mean, I could implant the memories that I have into her brain, which would give her some semblance of who she was. If you have any memories, I might be able to transfer memories from you to her.
That, I don't know what to call it. I don't, like a nervous tick or just like an occupied mind thing, but her hand just starts scratching at that inside of her thumb as she kind of works through the issue, and then she just shakes her head.
Oh. You wanted her. What do you want to do with her now? And she just kind of stares blankly with no recognition of you at all. Forgive me, I don't really understand why I've been sent here. And just be like, "Don't worry about it, stay put." And she just goes back to being silent and kind of drones off, looking forward.
What are you gonna use her for?
Like she's been programmed to be a fighter. She would fight. I would.
But you particularly, what are you going to have her fight? What is she going to do for you?
She'll be a part of my army to help me take over the rest of the Flayer colony. The Illithid colony. And it looks like she's been trained to be quite the elite warrior, so I assume she'll be quite good at it.
Miss Chimera.
Yeah.
If I may, I know things look dire here. And as much as we wish things could be different, we should often look on the bright side. Maybe there's just certain, avenues yet to be explored. We just have to be hopeful.
If you want to take her body to experiment with and to try to, get her mind back in order, that's your prerogative. I said I'd bring her to you. You can have her. Not matter to me anymore. She would be a valuable asset. But as we were walking around, I saw that there are others as well. I don't need her. And certainly, as you said, you more than held up your end of the bargain. You've earned her.
Are they all like her?
I would guess so. Based off of everything I've learned, I believe so.
Don't know of anywhere we could take her where she would be safe.
I could take her to my mother's.
Would that...
It's safe. It's a quiet farm village, and
Miss Chimera, any
Yeah.
place would be better than here. She'll just become a tool of war.
Yeah, we're tools of war.
Yeah, but we can quit when we want to.
The only thing... I don't even want to say it, so we can try that, I suppose.
What is it you'd like to try? Sorry, I was off controlling Dan for a moment.
If she can be safe with Rain's family, then that's an option that I'm willing to risk. It can't get much worse at this point, I suppose.
So you'd like to be teleported to where Rain's mother is?
I mean, technically that's pretty close. You could take a boat there. If we teleport back to Stem Garden, we'd be home. Or we could teleport up to the mountain peaks, where the
True as well, Nebel is not too far away. Although, I suppose this may be the last time I ever see you. So I feel like I owe it to you to mention that you might be disappointed were I to teleport you to Nebel. You might not find what you were looking for.
what do you mean?
Rain, you're a smart one. I assume by now you must have picked on by the fact that many here that you have passed by have traits similar to yours. The gills, the scales. Probably have memories of others with claws or, flap-like things like fins and such, or webbing in hands, or perhaps jelly-like tentacles, things like that.
Well, I have memories of them, yes, but even if
After
they
everything you've seen here, do you still think that you are a Triton elf hybrid?
I am. I even sent to my mother. I know she's real. I know she answered.
Quick, what's your mother's name again? I haven't looked at the notes in a while.
I think it's Idra.
Idra. I'm going to guess her name is Idra, and you grew up in a little cottage in Nebel, correct?
Yes.
You're welcome to go there if you wish. I can teleport you there. But I think mostly what you'll find is just another training ground of sorts. It's not what you thought it was. Wow, it really did convince you, didn't it? We really are good at messing with your brain. None of it was real. This is where you're from.
No,
Your brain must have been as empty as this one's, pointing over to Keone. And we filled it in with all sorts of memories of childhood, adolescence. And now you actually think that you're like a person and not a tool. I must say, I am encouraged to see the program is so effective.
It's enough.
Even with all of this, you still
I said that is
remember.
enough.
You still remember
Enough.
He stops talking to you and only mentally talks to Rain.
God damn it.
she has the mental block.
Oh, does she start blocking out what he's saying?
Yeah.
I think at some point he'd be able to infer that he's not reaching you anymore.
Oh, he became a twat really fast.
Audra will like step forward, not toward Cerebro necessarily, but like up with Rain and like put a hand on her shoulder, like standing with her.
She just kind of like backs away from the hand a little bit. Where's the circle?
Oh, it's not a teleportation circle. That sounds oddly arcane.
Just where is it? What?
The teleportation pad. The difference. It's.
Where is it?
I can take you. Do you want to go there now? You want to see for yourself.
It's not a sphere, it's an orb.
I'm wrong. Okay then. Come everyone, let's go to the teleportation pad. He's going to just start floating off in a certain direction.
When he turns his
He'll
back,
be like-
I want to make another perception check to see if his wounds have healed.
Alright, yeah, let's see it.
28.
There
Alright,
you go, buddy.
perception check. You see that wounds are not completely healed, but they are somewhat healed. You still see some scarring, stuff like that, but he's not like actively bleeding anymore. What was like a really bad wound that was like bleeding out from the back on that crit, that's now kind of like healed up a bit. And so he still looks, a bit damaged, but not nearly as damaged. Do you follow him when he starts floating off?
Yes.
I'll wait to look to see what Chimera and Rain do.
Rain's gonna
He's
follow.
also going to give like a little mental command, and Keone is going to start walking and to follow him. What do you do, Chimera?
First off, that itching is worse. I would probably say
have
at this
you
point, there's probably blood.
I was gonna say, is there blood at this point?
Yeah, it's just mindless, like hard, deep scratching.
Hunter takes your hand to like stop you from picking at it and just like gives you a gentle squeeze, like you're not alone, we're here, we got you.
Who's playing us this entire time?
Yeah.
And yeah, he'll eventually kind of walk through. There's like another kind of organic kind of door thing, just goes like and just kind of like opens up like it's what's like not Jabba's. What's the fish thing you go into?
Jabu.
Jabu. He's like Jabu's just like these organic kind of doors opening up and closing, and he'll just guide right on through till eventually you get to another spot that's got this like huge screen with the entire world map on it, and then also kind of pad area, and it's not so much a screen as like a hologram, kind of like as he like kind of waves a tentacle over it, just kind of like the hologram goes up, and then you guys can kind of pinpoint wherever it is you'd like to go. And I would say at first it's not zoomed in this much. At first, imagine this is fully fleshed out.
Oh wow.
Ooh.
It's like,
Let's
So-
go.
Oh.
We're gonna go all the way down here, as far
No,
as
no,
possible
this one.
from the situation.
This one right here.
Yeah,
Whatever
that's the one.
islands is here.
That's the one.
so, where would you like to go? I do warn you, the farther you go, the less accurate it is.
Uh, brand stem, ideally.
Bronston kind of zooms you back in.
I'm picturing the Google Earth zoom.
So Nebel's just a little bit outside here. So, Rain, you want to see for yourself? You want to go to Nebel?
I'm going home. Yes.
All right. Going home, as if that isn't where you already are. Does anybody have any last words for Rain before she goes in and teleports away?
Well, they're not last words.
You want to take Kieran with you? As a protector, if nothing else.
I don't know, but if you're going back home, maybe she'll be safer with you.
Don't have a home. But I got a family in Pixieland, so I'll try that.
I can take her to wherever you want. I can drop her off wherever.
I think she should come with us. We've done impossible things before. We'll just add it to the list.
Walking into Lopo's playground with her like that. Linked to him, and I'll gesture to Cerebro.
Well, that's why we got this thing. And then we point down to the Mind Flayer corpse.
You sure you don't want me to put any memories in her or anything like that?
No, I
Send
don't
her
want
off
you to
play.
give her any false memories. Thank you.
Sorry, my I accidentally turned the headphones down. I had no idea what you said. What did you say?
You
Oh,
got
I-
snipped that.
I told him that he was a bitch and that he could suck it. No, just I don't want you to put any false memories that you have of her in her head. Thank you very fucking much.
Do you want any of your memories in her head?
No. I want you to leave her alone.
All right, then.
All right then.
So the question remains, where do you want to go? And are there any last things you'd like to say to Rain before you split ways?
Rain, Rain, can I see that book?
Which book?
Your book.
Oh, she she puts her back to Cerebro so that he can't see anything.
My name is already in that book, for the record. We already do have at least that
Mm.
communication with her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe Hunter wants to speak to her.
I don't
It's true. I'm just
think-
letting you know we already have a link, just in case.
This is a big moment because he was very hesitant in the beginning. He didn't want anything to do with that book and letting a squid in his
That's true.
brain.
Gotcha.
He takes the pen and scribbles his name in and says, "Now don't abuse this. Stay safe."
2 a.m. Rain's just slinging riddles at you, like just weird ass riddles.
How is it not a penguin? Ow!
All of you be safe as well.
There's always a home for you in STEM Garden, if you want it.
I have a home.
A place to stay.
And when you realize that home is right here, you are welcome back anytime, Rain.
I don't think we need your input in this, Cerebro. Rain, you have a home, and you have friends. It's not a label I use lightly, but these three are certainly in that category, and so are you.
I appreciate it.
Luck.
And to you all as well.
It's not goodbye. We'll see you soon.
Right. Right. And she's gonna step up onto the pad.
And he'll do a little beep boop boop, and then you're just gonna vanish.
Oh, before we. Oh,
Yeah. Is there any quick thing you'd like to do, as it's like a long, drawn out, emotional vanishing that seems to take longer than it actually does because it's a movie?
Is it enough time for one more name withdrawal, and then we all turn on Cerebro now that we know how the machine works?
Right as she's disappearing, she just does.
No, there's nothing else. That's it. She vanishes.
We'll see you again soon, Reed.
And she is gone. And I have an idea where she lands. Okay.
We'll have to wait until
A vague idea.
summer to find
She
out.
lands right there. That's
no,
where she
it's
lands.
The party marker right there by the Kraken.
In the
In the
big
water.
scheme of the whole world, it's really close. So
Yeah.
she's gonna be fine. But there's still the rest of you, along with a fairly blank Ione.
Listen, Miss Camiro, what if instead of Sim Garden, we go to the temple? They have healers there. Maybe they can look at her. We can pick up our friends and family. We can escort them back the mountain, and Keone will be somewhere safe. That might be the best place we can put her. Until we figure out how to fix her.
We can fix her.
You've got the best fixers in the business right here. And Anwar's gonna tap Audra on the shoulder.
I have some thoughts.
You still have that Greater Restoration, don't you?
Nope.
No.
But that does not bring back memories. I
But
do.
it restores greatly.
It's yeah.
No, I just wanted to rub it in.
Well,
Like,
I
the ring
can
could've
fix the
worked.
scar on the side of her. No, but she'll look to Kamir and say, I do have some ideas though. We'll talk.
Maybe that's so we're not taking her right in the middle of town square of STEM Garden.
That was my primary issue. One of them. No, that's a good idea as any, I suppose.
The rest of our allies are already at that temple, so it just makes sense, right?
We haven't talked to them in a week, have we?
No, we just talked to him. Oh, that's right. It was before we got on the boat, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You're right. But you gotta figure, like, brainwashed or not, the daughter of like one of the party members is going to be safe with our allies. Like, I'm not worried about that.
You don't fucking have
Are you
allies.
kidding?
We
What
have
kind of
sex
DM do you think
workers.
I am? Oh,
right,
none
fine.
of the family will be safe.
Well,
You know who I
okay.
am.
We see the difference in DMing styles here, because she be
You-
fine under my watch.
You know what I'm about.
Richard, I don't want to retcon anything, but one question
Uh-huh.
to at least look around this room. Do we see that dolphin symbol anywhere when we were walking through this prison? Completely
Go
forgot
ahead.
about it. Can we roll to see if we see anything in this room at least?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. I guess given my also, I'm at a 15. Given my also, you know, opposing undead nature as a cleric and Aranti's marking those, I didn't know if it was. 15 on that.
No, you do not see any dolphin stuff. Alrighty. What was I gonna say? Okay, so do you guys hop on there and go towards to the temple? That's where you asked to be placed.
So, Cerebro, now that you got your island, what are your plans? Gonna head for the capital city, the Empire? Stay out of Brainstem?
Oh, I still have a little bit of work in Bronstem. I must take Gangleton first, and then I'll take over. Once I've taken over the rest of the forces of Bronstem, I'll move over to Lobel, take all of them, and then once I've done that, then I will finally move east.
Where's Lobel?
It's right over here. It's the whole right half of the everything. What do you call it? Everything east of Horatio's Wall.
Got it.
So, but yes, with the army I have amassed between all the forces that they sent to Stem Garden that I now have, combined with all of the forces that I now have in Fort Multra, and with the depleting forces that some of Lopaw's army is taking over at Gladius currently, I feel that I'll be in a good position to take what I want piece by piece until I have my grand army to go out east. So, if you are not heading south in Bronstem or east towards Lobel, then perhaps this is the last time we see each other. My offer still stands if you would like to help me conquer the east. You're welcome to join me, because again, you're only safe if I'm the one who's victorious in the end. But if you'd prefer to go and clean up your own house, well, that is essentially what we originally agreed to, and I will not begrudge you that. You've done quite well today. Quite proud of all of you. I was wise. Put my faith in you.
Don't break your arm. Patting yourself on the back, I mean.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. So the temple? The Forge Clerics?
The temple.
Alrighty then, hop on. I am curious about this temple. As he's kind of getting ready and stuff. It's like, we never did explore there. Well, I guess it's not mine to explore anymore. Old temples are not much of a concern to me at this point. Any last words for any of you before we depart? I will say, I wish you all the best, and I hope that your people do not want for the order that the Empire brought back. It would be a shame if the Empire were to end up coming back because you were the ones who asked for it.
Tough shorts, Calamari. Let's get the road going.
Alright, he'll hop you in there. And very well then. Best of luck. And he'll... whoop, you guys will vanish. That is where we will end tonight's episode.
Patrick,
Jeez.
quick, before we teleport right now. Attack!
Can I do? We're done with like narrative stuff, but can I just say one housekeeping thing?
Sure.
Just for when we pick up next time, because I have slots left over, and just so I declare it, 2nd level healing word, and one of my diamonds with Revivify is going into the ring now that it's got free space.
Alright.
Just want to get that out there.
Okay.
Oh, dang it, Rain. It's just Baby Shark on a loop. I shouldn't have written the name down. Shouldn't have written it down.
You got her busy signal.
Baby.
Boop, boop, boop.
Baby.
Alright, guys.
All right, well that's an arc.
God damn, Richard. I
Yeah.
hate that motherfucker, but you do good villains.
Mhm.
I'm glad you like the villains this campaign. You asked for better villains, and I gave you better villains,
I
hopefully.
love good villains.
I was this close. When he was taunting Rain, I was like,
Mhm,
oh,
mhm.
don't make do this. Don't make me
Yeah.
do this.
I was like, let's not make Richard create a different BBEG. Let's stick with this one. This is the good midpoint for the.
You did just help him get a lot more powerful. So
It's true.
I kept thinking very briefly, like, we kept saying, no, guys, don't attack him. Don't attack him. It's going to be a whole army. And then it's like, but maybe a bitch might. But maybe
Yeah.
a bitch might.
Yeah.
But
Like I
on
said,
the other hand,
we
I
came in-
want to.
Yeah. Like,
it very well could have turned into a Django Unchained. Like, this is the worst possible thing I could
Yeah.
do right now, but I hate you.
Yeah. Like we went in with him to fight. Why did I almost say Brian? Octavio.
No, Brian.
That's what
I don't
like,
know why
means.
Brian.
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 What's
His
the
real
English
name is Brian,
translation
guys.
of what was it, Richard? What's the name again, please?
Canon.
Yeah, that's the English translation. Brian. We went in with Cerebro to fight him, and potentially could have taken both. I don't know. Anyways, well, yeah, that's it for this arc, and Artem will be back in the summertime.
In Q2.
We will be off for 3 weeks from this campaign, so we will be back into the Aberrant Empire in 4 weeks.
Yeah, we'll do.
Mhm.
We'll do. I think we're gonna do some sort of
Something
two-shot.
next week.
Some sort of two-shot, and then nothing on Valentine's Day, and then yeah, we'll be back into this on February 21st.
Because Valentine's Day is a day for love.
That's right.
It is.
We do,
Literally, all of the rest of you have fun with that. I'm gonna chill.
I want to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Hey, you got 3 weeks.
So yeah, we'll be back with something. But Artem, enjoy another semester of bringing up the next generation.
we
of
will miss
music
you,
people.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, and bye, stream.
Goodbye, stream.
Bye.